The Atlantic League champion York Revolution is on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Onto the track, it is gone! It's gone!
Revs Baseball on WOYK is brought to you by PeoplesBank, WellSpan Sports Medicine, Shipley Energy, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, York Mitsubishi, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, Rudders, Pennsylvania Lottery, Neighborhood SureSave Markets, PSECU, Kona Ice, Smith, Mayer and Little, York County Bar Association, and by Downtown Inc.
Swinging a ground ball, rolled to short, Dead's got it, throws, it's over! And the York Revolution are 2017 Atlantic League champions!
Now with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution, Darryl Henry.
Good evening, everyone, from PeoplesBank Park here in downtown York. Welcome to game number 105 of York Revolution Baseball. Tonight, the final War of the Roses regular season game in 2018. The Revs and the Lancaster Barnstormers. York looking to take 3 out of 4 in this series and win the Community Cup. Hi again, everybody. Darryl Henry alongside Michael Mark Antonini. Welcome to Revs Baseball here on a beautiful night. One of the best nights weather-wise that we've had in a challenging 2018. And the Revs are indeed trying to win the Cup for the 6th time in their history. A win would get them an even regular season split against the Barnstormers, but having won the thing outright last year, a split is all they need to keep that Community Cup in York here this season. Last night it was a doubleheader between these two teams, and the Revs, who made a bid at matching the biggest comeback in team history, but falling by 1 run in the opener 8-7. Game 2 was an absolute masterpiece on both sides for the Revs. Joe Van Meter went the distance, his first career complete game. Didn't even know he would be starting Game 2 until they saw how Game 1 played out. And offensively, 14 runs, 16 hits. 3 of those were home runs, a 14-2 drubbing of the Barnstormers in Game 2 last night. So the Revs now even at 500 in the second half, 20-20. Overall, 52-51. Barnstormers now 20-17 in the second half, and an overall record of 58-42. Tonight it'll be Carl Bryce making his 4th start for the Revs. Yeah, he certainly was impressive in his 3rd start, which was Saturday night at Somerset. Took a shutout into the 5th inning. Left-hander John Anderson goes for the Barnstormers. He's 3-2 with an ERA of 2.96. Coming up on our pregame tonight, another edition of our non-profit spotlight. Dan Fink from Schreiber Pediatric Rehab Center will join us on the program coming up. We'll hear from Mace in just a bit as well. We'll get his thoughts on last night's performance. Tonight's lineup, which is a little bit different. We'll hear why and how it's different. And Ross Detweiler's recent call-up to the Mariners. Mace will dive into all of that with us. First pitch tonight is set for 6:30 here on a beautiful night in York. We also just moments ago had the 3 millionth fan in Revs history announced as she entered the main gates here at PeoplesBank Park. Great night on tap, and our pregame coverage continues in just a moment here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Show your patriotism and Rev spirit with the new York Revolution Hat Pack. Get 6 undated ticket vouchers to use any way you'd like and 2 parking passes, plus an exclusive Revolution hat featuring the Revs logo in red, white, and blue. It's an exclusive design from York's own Legacy Athletic and one you can only get through this special offer. The Revs Hat Pack. 6 game ticket vouchers, 2 parking passes, and an exclusive Revolution baseball cap, all for just $75. Get yours while supplies last at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
We are your auto loan experts. Hello, I'm Sue DeStefano, President and CEO of First Capital Federal Credit Union. With terms you can trust and competitive rates as low as 2.49% APR, First Capital is the first place to go when you're looking for an auto loan. At First Capital, you're a member, not just a number. You can apply for your loan online at firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any of our branches. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA.
First Capital Federal Credit Union. Need to get some cash? No problem. Head to Royal Farms, step up to the ATM, and
get your cash for nothing, 'cause there is no fee.
Yep, that's the way we do it at Royal Farms. Some retailers charge to use their ATMs. We don't. Our ATMs are surcharge-free, so you can always get
cash for nothing, 'cause there is no fee.
Anytime at all Royal Farms ATMs.
A bank or credit card fee may apply.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Pre-game continues here from PeoplesBank Park tonight, and it is time for our next edition of our non-profit spotlight. We've been very happy to do this on WOYK and in partnership with the Revs, highlighting local non-profit organizations. And tonight, Dan Fink, Director of Marketing and Public Relations from Schreiber Pediatric Rehab Center, is kind enough to join us in the booth. Dan, welcome, and it's been great to partner and promote the Ducky Race on radio here this month, but tell us a little bit about Schreiber Pediatric Rehab Center, what the organization is all about, and where you guys are located.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for the invitation to come out here tonight. My family lives in York, so we come to the the Revs game regularly. I work in Lancaster, so we have a soft spot in our heart for the Barnstormers too. So this will be a good game tonight to see these two teams play. Schreiber Pediatric provides outpatient pediatric therapy for kids from birth to age 21. We've been around in Lancaster for 82 years. We serve families from all across central Pennsylvania, so Lancaster based, but we serve kids from the surrounding counties. We do outpatient pediatric therapy, so that means occupational therapy, speech therapy, physical therapy. So we see kids who have mild developmental delays, who are with us for a couple of months, and then they're off into the world without any problems. And we see some more significantly challenged kids, and we work with them from birth and right up until age 21 when they move out of the pediatric care system. So we're happy to be here tonight selling our rubber duck race tickets, and I can tell you a little bit more about that.
Yeah, please do. I mean, I've seen footage on the news of the Rubber Ducky Race. I know it's a huge community event. Give us a little background on that and how folks can get involved.
Sure. Well, we've been doing the Rubber Ducky Race in Lancaster for 30 years. This is our 30th anniversary race this year. The idea is it's one of several things that we do to raise money to support the center. We rely on reimbursements to fund our operations from insurance companies, and because the rates are so low, we have to raise money to cover the shortfall. So we do things like the Rubber Ducky Race to help us raise money. We have a softball event in June. We have a golf event in October. We do a gala every year. So our financial development office and team do a lot of hard work through the year to raise money to support the services that don't exist anywhere else in central Pennsylvania. So we're here tonight selling the tickets. We're behind home plate on the concourse at the main entrance. So it's Buck a Duck night. Normally these yellow tickets that we sell are $5 each. You can get them tonight for $1 if you buy one of our blue duck tickets. So stop by our table tonight while we're here and pick up some of those Rubber Ducky Race tickets and support children who need our services.
It's terrific. I know it's Sunday, September 9th this year. Is it always in the same location?
It is. Lancaster County Central Park, okay, which is on the southern part of Lancaster City, and we get about 20,000 of these rubber ducks that we drop it out of this giant box into the river. I've had some folks stop by the table tonight who said, "Yeah, we buy tickets. We know the ducks," and it's quite a spectacle. We have a whole festival before the duck race, so you can come out and the kids can play games and get food and pony rides. So it's a really fun afternoon in Lancaster County Park from 2 to 5, and then we drop the ducks at 5. Hopefully the river was a little bit high this week. Hopefully we don't get any rain between now and September 9th.
Oh my!
And that river will get a little bit quieter, a little bit calmer, and we can do the duck drop.
Yeah, I know there's some great prizes this year as well, and But, I know you have a $1,000 Visa gift card, a Weber grill, 40-inch flat screen TV, overnight stay at Lancaster Arts Hotel with dinner at an area restaurant. Is that for winning ducks?
That's right.
Yeah?
That's right. So you buy a ticket with a number on it here tonight. That ticket corresponds to a numbered duck that goes into the water.
Okay.
And if your numbered duck matches up with your winning ticket, then you can collect one of these great prizes.
That's awesome. Where can folks, in addition to tonight, where can they buy the ducks and where can they find out more?
Sure. We have, obviously we have the ducks at Schreiber Pediatric, which is on Community Way in Lancaster. We're open from 7:30 in the morning till 7 at night, Monday through Thursday, and then till 5 on Friday. So Monday through Friday, come to the center to buy ducks, or you can stop by one of our partner ticket selling locations, which this year includes places like Spooky Nook, Going Bananas, Lancaster Red Rose Credit Union, Orrstown Bank. We have a whole bunch of places that have stepped us up this year and are helping us sell ducks. So if you can't get your tickets tonight, come on over to Lancaster, maybe catch a Barnstormers game while the Revs are over there, and stop by one of these other places.
Well, that's terrific. Dan, thanks for everything that you and the organization do, and thanks for joining us and being part of our nonprofit spotlight on WOYK.
Well, we really do appreciate the opportunity, and if you want more information on these on the rubber ducky race, go to schreiberpediatric.org/ducks.
Perfect. Dan, we wish you the best of luck and great weather on September 9th.
Thank you, Daryl.
Absolutely. It's Dan Fink, Director of Marketing and Public Relations at Schreiber Pediatric Rehab Center, joining us. We will take a break. We'll hear from Mace on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report up next.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
High school football kicks off this month on WOYK. The action starts Friday, August 24th as the West York Bulldogs visit the Central York Panthers. Join Gareth Hissong and Brett Petrak at 6:30 on our brand new WOYK Preps YouTube. Subscribe to WOYK Preps on YouTube to watch live and on demand, also available through WOYK1350.com. The game of the week presented by Wellspan Sports Medicine, starting Friday, August 24th on WOYK Preps on YouTube.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for all the latest on your Atlantic League champion York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
Hi, Mace. Well, I intended to ask you about this yesterday, and we got focused on the game and all that, but we definitely need to talk about Ross Detweiler getting the call up, and a guy that just a few months ago you were recruiting to come here, and he uses that to get back to the show. What did you think when you saw that news?
I was ecstatic. My buddy from the Mariners texted me that night and told me that they were calling him up, and so when the game was over, I shot Ross a text, congratulations and all that, and then he called me back, and which was like 2 o'clock in the morning our time, but he called me back and he was like, hey, I just want to say thank you to everybody here, that everybody here was a big part of his journey getting back to the big leagues, and he was just ecstatic, and he did really well that night too. I think he rolled 5 double play balls in 6 innings, and so he did really good. I think gave up 3 runs or something like that. So it's really good to see the guys get an opportunity to get back in there and do well.
Yeah, that second former Rev up this year, 10th all time, and take a look at yesterday's doubleheader and a loss in game 1, but what a comeback after falling behind. That was a pretty great answer from your group.
No, it was. It was just unfortunate. Logan was uncharacteristically not on his game yesterday, and we made a couple errors that didn't help, but we battled back back and made it a one-run game. And Dustin Richardson came in his debut for us, and I mean, he couldn't really throw the ball any better than he did, and kept him right there. We just had a hard time trying to scratch out one more run there to at least tie it.
Did you expect him to go as long as he did, and how soon can you bring him back?
Well, Dustin told me he was up to like a 55 to 65 pitch count. So, after I had found that out, I was okay with running him out there for multiple innings, and I think even with like 3 innings of work or whatever it was, I think he was only like 30-some pitches, so he was real efficient, and with what he did yesterday. And I mean, just offensively, I mean, we did a good job to climb back into that game. I mean, in a 7-inning game, it's kind of hard to get down that way, but we know this group is capable of putting up some runs, and we showed that last night.
Well, game 2 was a masterpiece across the board, and let's start with Van Meter. The way that he came out with mid-90s, guys weren't touching him. What have you seen from when he went from starting, going back into the bullpen? It seems like the velocity has gradually climbed, and last night he was really airing it out.
No, I couldn't agree more. I think maybe the starting rotation thing, being out there every 5th day with a lot of pitches that you're not used to doing. You might be able to do it a couple times, but you're doing it over and over and over again. And I mean, that takes some wear and tear on you. You have to train a certain way and condition a certain way to be able to be a starting pitcher and get that many pitches up there. But last night he was spot on. We were talking after the game on the way up to the clubhouse, and I told him, I said, that might be the best I've ever seen him throw the ball since he's been playing, with us. And he had command of both sides of the plate, up and down. The velocity was there. He had good movement on the off speed. I mean, everything played really well. And I know he said when he went out there for the last inning, he just wanted to try to keep the ball down, and the pitch count was up there. I wanted him to get the complete game. He wanted it too, but we were going to give him maybe one more hitter at the most, and then we were going to have to get him out of there. So I'm glad it went the way it did for him. He could get the CG, and I'm sure he'd have rather had a donut on the other end of that, but 2 runs through 7 innings is really good.
And early on, I mean, did it not seem like it was pretty much all fastballs, right? And he was working it in and out, but really commanding the inside part with old number 1.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was fastball dominant last night, and then he had some of his breaking stuff was working really good. I think when they were getting ready to gear up for a fastball, he was sequencing it really well with Tyler behind the plate, and I think they just did a really good job of first of all, as a pitcher, executing your pitches, and then, Tyler's calling a really good game, and, Joe was able to execute everything, and it worked out really well.
Well, looking at tonight, you've got some situations going on around here. What's the deal with, I know some guys are banged up and maybe not quite ready yet, but you've got an interesting puzzle to put together tonight.
Yeah, we ran into some issues here in the past couple days. Alonzo sliding into second base night before last kind of jammed up his finger on his left hand, so he's unable to really swing a bat or catch the ball because it hurts pretty bad right now. So he's out of there. And then Henry Castillo was having a dental issue last night after the game, so he went this morning and got that taken care of, but unfortunately there's a lot of pain there, so he's not going to be able to play today either. So and Michael Burgess had to run home for a couple days with some stuff going on there. So we have Wellington Dotel playing third base tonight. With all that being said, and I mean, it's just a tough situation where you basically we don't, we just up against it, and we're fortunate we don't have to play a pitcher right now as a position player. But I have a guy coming in this afternoon, so he should be here anytime.
Well, and starting on the mound, you've got Bryce, and that last start, how big of a leap forward? I mean, was that a drastic jump forward, the way that he handled that third start?
No, I thought the first 3 innings in Somerset, he was really good. I don't know what happened in the 4th inning, if I remember right. He just kind of get a little erratic. But we need to we need to have him take another step forward today, and try to get into that 5th and 6th inning and keep us in the ball game. So, Van Meter, you can't say enough about what he did last night, because when we figured we're going to cover that second game of that doubleheader with our bullpen last night, I'm figuring we're probably going to use at least 4 guys, maybe 5, to try to get through that 7 innings. But, he took care of that for us, so that puts us in at least good shape moving forward with availability in the bullpen.
Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Yep, thank you.
And our own Doug Epler finishing off the national anthem here tonight. Fine job from Doug, as always, as the Revs have taken the field for tonight's game. They are back in black, wearing the alternate black jerseys with the silver. Barnstormers are in their red tops tonight, and Carl Bryce will go into his warm-ups, as I believe, was that the 3 million fan that just called out play ball, or I missed that?
That might have been. I also missed it. I was more worried about what Ross Peoples and Josh Bell were talking about. They looked like they were having a pretty deep discussion about something out there.
Uh-oh. Well, welcome, Michael.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on the broadcast tonight, Daryl.
Anything for you. As Bryce goes through his warm-ups. Barnstormers lineup tonight brought to you by Flying Feet. It is Darian Sanford in center field leading things off. Tyler Bortnick at second base, bats second. Hitting third and left is Trayvon Robinson. The cleanup man is the DH Blake Galen. Ryan Castile will catch and hit fifth. Josh Bell at third base is batting sixth. Maybe they were discussing why he was dropped to sixth in the order. Casey Hobson at first base will bat seventh. Vladimir Frias at shortstop is hitting eighth. And Rico Noel in right field will bat ninth. In the final meeting between these two teams this year, unless they both manage to get in as wild cards, that is what it would take. Again, Sanford, Bortnick, Robinson, Galen, Castile, Bell, Hobson, Frias, and Noel facing Carl Bryce, who really took a step forward last time out, Michael. This will be his first start at home since his debut, and the first couple of outings as he now needs to, I guess, get rid of something. I don't know if it's some jewelry or what it was, but he'll hand whatever that is off to Mace. But he had a lot of base runners his first couple of outings. Last time out, though, a shutout into the fifth.
Yeah, and it's good to see him have a lot of success out on the mound last time. Did it in Somerset, and hopefully he can continue it here at PeoplesBank Park, a mound he's seen a couple times so far. It's not going to be an easy lineup to do it against, but coming off a good start, hopefully he keeps that going.
Now here's our Dasher Investment Services first pitch. It is inside. We are underway tonight. A brilliant night weather-wise. First pitch thrown at 6:33. In a winner-take-all Community Cup battle. On the 1-0. And that's up high, off the glove of Clark as it rolls away. Darian Sanford, the leadoff hitter, 282 average. No homers. But makes up for it with speed, leads the league with 61 steals. The 2-0, and that misses down and in. The shadows covering most of the infield grass. Outfield is in sunlight. And Bryce ready, winds, fires, and there's a ball right over the outside corner for ball four. So this will be a nice 4-hour game tonight as Sanford is on to lead things off.
Got a feeling it will be. It's going at least 3:15. That's kind of the standard at this point. Especially with this team. I mean, so many 3-ball counts and all the pickoff moves because Lancaster, all they do is run. Strap in.
Rearrange your plans if need be. Here's Tyler Bortnick. That last pitch was perfect, but not perfect enough. Bryce overall in his 3 starts, no record, 7.45 ERA, but again, last time out by far his best. And the first pitch to Bortnick, shortens, fakes a bunt, lets a strike go by. Our plate ump tonight is Jorge Terran. Silvio Martinez at first base, Carlos Dano is at third. It is an interesting Revs defense tonight as Bryce comes set. Interesting lineup. Now a move and Sanford leaning. Nash had to make a short hop backhand pick though, and Sanford able to get in, and he's banged up. Has his right hand held just above his right hip, and I don't think the ball hit him. I think Nash caught it cleanly on the short hop. Sanford felt something diving back. They almost had him though.
That was a really good move by Bryce. Quick, and Nash saved a throwing error. But if that throw is a little better, maybe they do have him.
Well, Nash is at that corner. Dotel is at the other corner. And early in his career, he did play some shortstop, but he's at third tonight. Clark sets up in. Bryce, another move. Sanford diving back, fairly close. Double play combo, of course, is Den at short, Casilla at second. The outfield, not much different, so it's really just Dotel at third, but Mesa in left, Witherspoon center, Mitchell in right. They are very short-handed, though, tonight. The 0-1, and a fastball just missed, up and in. And that's a pitch that, in the first game of this series, nobody could get, the one that was on the inside part of the plate. For whatever reason, they're struggling with calling that one. Now 1-1, here's the stretch. Move to first, again, Sanford has to scramble back. And Dotel at third base is the biggest thing due to the lack of depth tonight. The 1-1, and that's high and tight. Clark has to extend upward to snag that. The Revs have signed Steven Figueroa from the Empire League to give them a body on the bench tonight. But other than that, Alonzo Harris is on the bench, but he's banged up. And Henry Castillo is on the bench, and he had some dental work today and unable to play tonight. The 2-1, there goes Sanford. Pitches low. Clark, one of the best throwers in the league, fires but a little late. As Sanford is in head first, steal number 62. The highest total by any Atlantic League base runner since 2010 when Wayne Lyden stole 66 for Somerset.
Really no chance for Clark right there. Sanford got a good jump even after all the pickoff moves from Bryce. And sometimes the pickoff moves really aren't going to do much. It's going to keep a guy honest, but just because you move over doesn't stop a guy from going.
3-1, and it's down and away off Clark's glove. He'll quickly recover it. Tyler might be having a little trouble seeing it with the glare here early. He's had a couple where he's kind of reached late. But back-to-back walks. Sanford obviously not the guy you want to walk at any point in time, but Bortnick now has walked as well, and the first 2 men are on.
Well, Wellington Dotel's ready over there at the hot corner. He faked putting a tag down at third. He's ready to go. I wonder if that's his glove over there, if he's borrowing somebody's infielder's mitt. Because I got to imagine he only, I mean, who knows what he has in his bag, but he's never needed to use an infielder's glove this season. So he had to pull out the outfielder's mitt.
They had him out. No BP on the field today, but they had him out with Polo and I think Alexi, they said, taking ground balls. Here's Robinson. First pitch, he swings, pops it up, but it's going to get foul and back out of play. Robinson batting third tonight, hitting .290. So they've switched up the lineup a little bit, moving him up to third. That's 5 homers, 35 driven in.
So Polo basically was like, I'll hit a couple balls with Lexi, see how he does, and then do it like that, right?
Yeah, just watch him, and you'll be fine. Bryce will look back. The 0-1, and a fastball a little low. That bounced out of Clark's mitt. The day that we had the flights canceled and we didn't know who was going to get to Sugar Land, I was with Dotel and Mesa for a while, and I jokingly said, if I have to manage this game tonight, because we don't have enough guys, and I'm obviously not playing. They tell, do you want to play short? Well, he actually has done it. But third base, a little new to him as Bryce turns and stares Sanford back. We didn't know if Mace was going to get there. We didn't know if half the team would get there.
Well, if you had gotten there and say the coaching staff wasn't there and you had to manage, were you going to call the game too? Maybe set up a little lav mic on your jersey?
Runners go. Here's a swing and a foul back. And the runners will have to head back. No, I would have turned on the sprinklers, and there would have been no game.
I would have played a little outfield.
I stay in my lane. Don't get in trouble that way. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Robinson. Bryce, an early predicament tonight as he stares into Clark for the signal. He's ready. Now home, and it's fouled off third base side. It's actually the first time he's working with Clark. Tyler had been injured. The Revs do have bullpen activity here in the first inning already. Well, what Joe Van Meter did last night was incredible, to go all 7 and not even know for sure that he would be the starter until game 1 progressed. Mace said he thought he might have to use 3 or 4 guys. Well, they only had to use 1. And now Bryce ready. 1-2. Fastball a little high. Now he is trying to feel his way through it here in the early going.
Well, it could be somebody just getting some work in down the right field line, but it also, like you said, could be legitimate bullpen activity. Bryce has not shown that he can find the strike zone, and I'm sure Mace doesn't want to let this game get out of hand early.
Now the 2-2. And a line drive to center field. That's down for a hit. Witherspoon has it on a hop. Sanford being sent. Throw goes to short. No relay home. It's 1-0 Lancaster. 3 batters into the game. And Robinson, a hard base hit right up the middle with the speed of Sanford. A ball right at Witherspoon. He might have had a chance. It was hit that hard, even with Sanford's speed, but Travis had to go slightly to his left to get to it. And it is Highland Piguero who's throwing. Well, the way that Sandy hurriedly went down to the bullpen a couple of moments ago, I figured it probably was legit. Here's Galen. First pitch slider is in for a strike.
Well, you can't let this game get away. You really can't, because it's just one game on the schedule. But this is a big game against Lancaster. You win this game, they keep the cup here in York. Doesn't go back over to the Red Rose City. It's also a big win that you can pick up on a team in front of you.
Now swinging a foul back and out of play. Well, the Revs in the second half division standings are only a game and a half behind Lancaster. Barnstormers have a bunch of doubleheaders coming up. They're going to have a trip that is 8 games in 6 days that goes to Long Island and then to Sugar Land. That's not easy. As Bryce turns and had Bortnick starting toward third, but Bryce held on to it. Bortnick scampers back. Had Dent sneaking in from behind, but did not risk a throw that maybe would have hit the runner even. Here's the 0-2. And a slider sits a little bit high. Not missing by a whole lot. That high strike does not seem to be available.
No, it doesn't. And probably not going to be a lot of called third strikes tonight, because strike zone is microscopic so far.
Galen, the league leader in homers and ribbies. Bryce holds the 1-2. And a bouncing ball down to first. It does stay fair. Nash gloves it right behind the bag and steps on it, as that soft bouncer was hugging the line the whole way. 3 unassisted for the first out of the night. And the 2 runners move up second and third for Castile.
It's a good job getting Galen out there, getting out in front. Blake was, and it's a productive out because it moves 2 up, so now the Revs have to try to cut this run off. Not too early to probably bring the infield in, but See the corners pinching right here. Smart decision.
Castile in there. First pitch, fastball up. And he has been missing up with most of these. He's not able to get on top of it and down just yet. Castile 7th in the league in hitting, .315. The pitch, it is down and away, slider. And he's been extremely hot. Castile hitting .395 his last 22 games, hits in 20 of those 22. 18 ribbies his last 21. As I just drew on my shirt by accident.
It happens.
Pitch is outside, a slider, 3-0.
Need a strikeout right here, but one strike has to come first.
And Bryce's strike-to-ball ratio not close to where he wants it. He fires, and there's a fastball strike, 3-1. Started with 2 walks, then the RBI single, then he got the ground out, but that did advance both runners. 3-1. Slider called, strike 2. And the best pitch he's thrown yet, as that hooked right onto the corner away. It's a full count.
I'd go right back to that slider. I mean, probably expecting a 3-2 fastball here. First base is open. Why not give it a shot?
Ready? The payoff pitch. And it's down and away. He did go to it, but missed the zone with it, and Castile held back. Ball 4, third walk of the inning, bases loaded, and Fletch will pay a visit. A little chat with Mace on his way up the steps about what they're going to discuss. And Josh Bell will bat with the bases loaded after this chat.
Need a ground ball, strikeout, pop-up, any of those 3. Now Mason Fletch and the Revs aren't too worried about this first inning because, I mean, you look at what they've done this series, 21 runs in 3 games. That's not going to be a problem scoring. The problem is preventing the runs from scoring. You got to score more than the other team, but this offense, it's lethal, but the pitching has to be there.
Bryce coming in, he had struggled with walks, 9 in 9 2/3 innings. Saturday night at Somerset, took a shutout into the 5th, gave up a solo home run, went 4+ innings, 1 run on only 2 hits. The second one was the home run. Did walk 3 in that one, struck out 2. Little pep talk from Talvin Nash as Nash went back to first, pitch to Bell, it's up high. 91 on that. The highest velo we've seen from Bryce. Maybe they saw him aiming it from the dugout and said, just cut it loose. Hardest one he's thrown so far. Now the 1-0. And that misses high also at 91, but now he's into a 2-0 count on Bell with the bases loaded. Bell hitting .218, 5 home runs in 24 games that their hitting coach has played. The 2-0 swings, hits one high and deep, but well foul. He was early on it and launches it over the bullpen balcony and right, 2-1. Trying to limit the damage here in the first inning tonight. Barnstormers a 1-0 lead. Bryce sets, fires, swing and a miss. Fastball at 90. In on the hands, and Bell swings through it.
Needs a punch out here, and he can go to a breaking ball with the bases loaded because Clark's so good behind the plate. You trust in him to block anything in the dirt.
This will be his 30th pitch. He deals, and he does not get the call. Down and away.
I thought that was there.
My goodness.
I mean, that's pretty much there. This has been a really small strike zone tonight, and you would think a pitch at that level, around the knees a little bit above, would get the call, but nothing.
It wasn't right where Clark's glove was, so he didn't get it. Looked like it had the plate, though. Pitch is swung on and missed. He got him right back at him with a 3-2 fastball and a huge, huge second out.
Oh, that's awesome, because now the infield can play back and not have to worry about trying to cut off a run. 2 outs, and Bryce has shown that he can come back with that fastball down in the count, but he can't mess around too much with Casey Hobson. We know he can drill one over the fence, did that last night. Keep it at 1 run. That's a huge win for Bryce and the Revs.
First pitch to Hobson, it is just outside. His dad, Butch, had an epic ejection last night in the American Association. A check swing call, so he took the hitter's bat, took a swing at home plate himself, and then ran around the bases, high-fiving. 1-0. It is a called strike. Fastball on the outer edge.
Why didn't I see this video?
Oh, just a quick trip to Google will turn it up.
Yeah, it's got to be on Twitter. I got to give it a look. Jeez, that's funny.
It was outstanding.
Never heard of that, running around the bases.
1-1. Swing and a foul back. That'll get upstairs. Hopefully not in somebody's dinner. A ball and 2 strikes. As Bryce tries to navigate a big-time escape. Barnstormers have 1 run. Hobson, by the way, is the K-man tonight. And he's set. Here's the 1-2. Fastball way in. Clark really had to reach hard for that. Piguero continues to throw. Bryce will have at least a 36 pitch first inning unless he gets a pickoff here, but none of the runners being held. Here's the 2-2. Swing, and he popped him up. Nash across into foul ground from first. Over by the dugout, he's got it. Reaching out to his left near the camera. And Carl Bryce only allows 1 run out of that massive threat. 1 hit in the inning. He leaves the bases loaded, and they can manage that. At the end of a half inning, it's the Barnstormers 1 and the Revs coming up.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
The Revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
Revs coming to bat. It is only a 1-0 Lancaster lead, and the Revs lineup brought to you by Flying Feet. No Alonzo Harris just yet, so it's Jared Mitchell in right field leading off. Alexi Casillas, second base, bats second. Melky Mesa in left will hit third. Cleanup man tonight is Talbot Nash, of course. He's at first. Wellington Dotel in the 5 spot. He's playing third. Ryan Dent, shortstop, batting 6th. And then Travis Witherspoon in center. Roger Diaz DHing. Tyler Clark catching. Here's Anderson, the lefty's first pitch, and it's over for a strike on Mitchell. As Anderson delivers strike 1 at 92 on the gun. Mitchell, of course, spent most of his year leading off. There's the wind back, the kick, the 0-1, and it's a little bit low. Mitchell hitting .269. Last night slugged his 5th home run of the year. His first in a couple of months, but double-digit home run guy for the Revs last season. He's top 5 in the league in runs and walks. The 1-1 breaking ball, and it's a called strike up in the zone.
Well, that might have been the hardest ball he hit all season last night. He laced that right inside the foul pole. It was a line drive, but it had pretty good height on it, and you saw Mitchell rounding first base, going, pointing inside for a fair ball. So he wanted that, and he got it. But had a really good approach last night. I liked what I saw.
They sent up away, the 1-2, and a swing and a high pop-up foul ground. Bell from third is over toward the stands, eyeing it up, and he's got room, and he makes the grab right over against the sidewall. He was getting ready to reach into the stands. He caught it pretty much glove above that wall and then banged into it with his midsection. He seems just fine, and that's out number 1.
That was a nice play right there. Awareness of where the wall was and still made the grab. So I just watched that Butch Hobson ejection last night. Took his time, sweet old time around the bases. Got the high five from the third base coach, and then celebrated with his team in the dugout as he came back in.
Here's Alexi, who takes a little bit high.
And what's even better, the Wichita Wingnuts, who the Dogs were playing, they were in Wichita. They tweeted out a video of it and said Butch Hobson riding a 1-game suspension after this home run last night in quotes. It was great. I love how they tweeted it.
Well, ball in tight, 2-0. Mace said that he saw it and called Butch today and said, "What are you doing? You're putting on a show out there this year." 2-0, swinging a foul tip into the backstop. Now Alexi, who's tied for 4th in the league in hitting at .334. I failed to catch it earlier today, but apparently was one of the ones out helping Dotel get ready for his infield stint tonight. Now the windup from Anderson, the 2-1. And a ground ball to deep short. Frias will circle it on the run. He fires across his body, and Hobson can't handle the throw in the dirt. Tried to make the pick on a short hop. It glanced off the end of his glove. Alexi is safe on what'll be an infield hit.
Another one for him. We didn't see any last night in Game 2. After all the hits that the Revs came up with, no infield hits, but Alexi gets one there. Good job hustling that out. I think he broke his bat. At least a crack in it. But he smelled a hit there. That was a tough play for Frias, and Casilla, who runs well, beat it.
That's 115th hit of the year. That's the 3rd most in the league. Here's Malky Mesa, who's 6th in batting at .316.
38 infield hits for him.
Moved to first. He's back standing. Mesa.
A hit is a hit, so goes in the same in the box score.
Mesa leading the league in slugging. .541, tied for 4th in homers with 15. And the pitch to him, that's down low. He's 5th in RBIs with 66. It's a 1-0 Lancaster lead here in the bottom of the 1st tonight. Revs with 1 on, 1 out. Anderson pretty deliberate in his delivery home. Now fires, swing, and a foul back upstairs. The Revs had faced him in relief, and actually one spot start as well, but 6 outings in relief. He's 0-1 against York, ERA up over 7, so they've had some success against him. For the year, 30 outings, 8 starts. He's 3-2 with a .296. Now home, and a swing and a miss. Fastball at 94. Said he's deliberate with the stride, but has a nice easy arm action. The ball jumps out of his hand. Opponents have hit only .235. He's given up only 3 homers on the year. 61 Ks in 54 2/3, only 17 walks. Pitch, swinging a line drive, left center field, hit pretty well, but right at Trayvon Robinson. Maybe a little bit off the end of the bat. And Robinson backing up into the shadows of the arch nemesis, a step short of the warning track, puts it away.
Yeah, definitely off the end of the bat there. That ball just died. It had height on it early on and then sort of just came down. I don't know. I mean, there's really no wind, so nothing to knock it down, but just died, like I said. And if he gets that on the barrel, that's either over the arch nemesis or probably off the newspaper out there.
Well, now Talbot Nash will take his cuts. Nash in 18 games, 339, 7 homers, 21 driven in. Casilla at first, 2 outs. Anderson the pitch. It is on the outside corner for a strike. Nash against lefties since coming back, 8 for 15 with 3 of his 7 home runs. Anderson ready with it. Here's the 0-1. And a bouncing ball to short. Frias a step right, gets square to it, feeds second for the inning-ending fielder's choice. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We'll go to the second. Lancaster with an early 1-0 lead.
You line your feet up on the edge of the starting block, shake out your arms, and then you push off the block in one fluid motion, fully extending your body and cutting into the water with nothing on your mind but the mechanics. You're a swimmer, and whether it's practice time in the pool or crunch time at a meet, Flying Feet is with you every stroke of the way.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes is a swimmer's paradise. Get suits by Dolphin, Speedo, Nike, Arena, and Tier. Pick up practice gear, team gear, and training equipment like fins, snorkels, and kickboards. The Flying Feet team has high-tech competitive suits, customizable caps, goggles, even goggle repair items. Shower down with swimmer's shampoo and body wash, plus suit wash to limit the wear and tear of chlorine. Time to dive into the pool? Then it's time for Flying Feet. We're more than sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83 next to Battery Warehouse.
So, John, what should the Eagles' focus be this season?
Eagles Fast Play for sure.
As opposed to what?
I'm talking Eagles Fast Play tickets from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Playing's faster than our wide receiver running a slant.
Faster than our defense blitzing the QB?
Oh, yeah. The game's got progressive top prizes, plus second chance drawings for Eagles game tickets, meet and greets, autographed merchandise, and more.
Wow, I'm going to get mine fast.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
One to nothing, Lancaster in front as we head to the second inning tonight. Beautiful night here, clear, sunny skies, 80 degrees on the board at the start. Our weather brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Vladimir Frias will lead off the second inning. First pitch from Bryce is a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 in the order. 7 Barnstormers batted, but only 1 scored in the first. Left them loaded. Pitch is over for a strike, and that'll even things up. Frias hitting .298. 6 home runs, 32 driven in. Bryce, the overhead wind. Pitch is in on the hands, and he fouls it against the netting. Good one there, getting that fastball in. Bryce, one of the few anymore, it seems, that go to the full overhead wind up with the hands. Some guys abbreviated above the head. Here's the 1-2, and it misses away. He goes above and behind the head, though. 6'4" righty from Jackson, Mississippi. Has a birthday tomorrow. The 2-2, and a foul tip into the backstop. He'll be 25. So early birthday wishes to him. 2-2 on Frias, leading off the second inning. Bryce shakes off. Now Frias tires of waiting and asks for time. Now here it comes, 2-2, and it misses upstairs. Count will go full to start the inning, and it was a 37-pitch first inning that Bryce needed. Revs had Peguero throwing much of that time, but he got out of it with only the 1 run. The wind, the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Foul tip into the mid of Clark. And that's a big pitch there and a big first out.
Yeah, that's huge. Got to keep the leadoff man off base against this speedy Lancaster team. Now you got another guy, Noel, that you really want to keep off the base paths. But the fastball for Bryce is what saved him so far.
Here is Noel, who's hitting .301 with a home run, 21 driven in. He is second in the league in steals with 41 behind his teammate Sanford, who's on deck. 7-game hitting streak for Noel, and he scrapes the first pitch foul, deflecting off Clark and back to the backstop. It's a 1-0 Lancaster lead here in the second inning tonight. Revs have gone 5-2 at home against Lancaster. On the 0-1, and that's over for a strike, a changeup. Revs have played 4 more games than the Barnstormers have. I mentioned all their double headers coming up. On the 0-2. And a called third strike. Slider paints the outside corner, and Noel is punched out. 3 strikeouts for Bryce, 3 of the last 4 hitters, in fact.
Well, now he's locking in, working with Tyler Clark really well. Good pitch sequence there. Trusting in that slider as well as the fastball, and the fact that he has both working is keeping the Barnstormers off balance because they can't just sit on one pitch.
Now the top of the order, Sanford, who walked, stole a base, and scored in the first. First pitch is a called strike, and he backdoors the slider and gets the strike on the outside corner. Now Wines fires, and it's a called strike 2. Down and away, got the corner. Now Bryce all of a sudden peppering that strike zone.
It's expanded a little bit. He didn't get that call in the first inning.
0-2. And Clark trying to expand it further away for him, but Jorge Teran would not go that far.
And I like that idea. It's definitely off the plate there, but on 0-2 with no one on base, you can try it and see if the umpire will bail you out.
Pitch, it is foul tipped. That one nicked off Clark's glove and on back. He slapped it. Frustrated that he didn't hold on. But not a whole lot you can do on that. It changed direction just enough. 1-2 it remains. And Bryce the pitch. Swing and he jams him. And here's Dotel charging from third. Fires on the run and got him! Wellington Dotel's first chance at third base. Makes a great play on the speedy Sanford. That ends the inning. And I think he went up to his mouth and made the quiet sign as he ran into the Revs dugout. What a play, charging hard from third. It's a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the second. That was a bang-bang play, and Dotel got him. It remains a 1-0 Lancaster lead.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Smith, Mayer & Little is a holistic wealth management group with one product, advice. We aim to simplify our clients' lives, help them retire comfortably, and build lasting legacies for their families and the causes they care about. Our purpose is simple, to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our clients, our community, and the world in which we live with the advice we provide. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. We make our living by making a difference. Visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
This is Jay Gaush. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Spurt Radio 1350, WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the second, 1-0 Lancaster. Dotel, a big swing and a miss. First pitch from Anderson. I can't believe how far Sanford is playing him to pull in left center. I thought, here's the 0-1, and it's down low. He's so far over, I thought maybe he was having a chat with Robinson in left and just didn't get back to his position in time, but that's where he remains. Now Anderson winds up, and the 1-1, and a swing and a foul back upstairs. Look out in front. It'll be Dotel, Dent, and Witherspoon. Wellington 10th in the league in hitting at .304. .316 with York. 7 homers. Now the 1-2. Way high and outside, and Castile couldn't even come close to reacting to it. It hits the backstop on the fly. Up 2-2. Anderson, who stands facing first base as he starts his windup. Pitch is lined left center field. Robinson over, slides, and it's past him. Down for a hit. He got a little piece of it. Slows it down, but Dotel is in easily at second with a stand-up double to lead things off here in the bottom half of inning number 2.
Wellington Dotel, the third baseman, can do it all. Field hit. It's an impressive play he made in the last inning with Sanford running no less. And they're doing what the Revs, exactly what they need, starting it off, getting on base, leading off an inning, and not only that, he's in scoring position.
Now here's Ryan Dent. Dent swinging a good bat here of late, up to 259, 11 home runs. He tripled last night. Anderson with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Saw that one up, and he went after it, but it was up and outside. Anderson, a no decision his last start. 6 innings, 1 run against Sugar Land. Now the 0-1. Fastball low. Good eye from Dent. He left with a 4-1 lead. The bullpen blew it. It's his 9th total start, 7th in a row since going into the rotation. As a starter, he's 3-1 with a 3.18 ERA. Now ready. Here's the turn and looking Dotel back. The Revs faced him July 17th, game 2 of a doubleheader. They beat him 8-3. Before that, against the Revs this season in relief, he had gone 5 1/3, giving up just 1 run. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It is in tight. Fastball under Dent's elbows, 2-1. In relief this year, 19 of his 22 outings were scoreless. Now the 2-1. That's up high. So Dent can really zero in. Revs already with Dotel at second on the leadoff double. Anderson's second year with Lancaster. Made 1 start last year. Went 3-1 with an ERA of 3 last season. 3-1 pitch, and a line drive base hit left field. Dotel had to make sure it got through. He'll move up to third, and they're at the corners with nobody out. A low line drive screamer right through the left side of the infield, And the table set with Witherspoon to the plate.
That's a good way to play it. Dotel had to play that safe there. He frees on a liner. First and third, and no outs here. I mean, plenty of opportunities for the Revs to score. Now, you look at Spoon and the way that he's really helped this team lately is with his legs, but it takes him getting on base first to do that. So he'll play with probably at least Bell in at third. Could help out.
Yeah, he is most of the way in. Pitch to Spoon is down and away. Castile had to reach and backhand it. Witherspoon at 248, 6 homers, 23 driven in. As the Revs try to even things up in the early going, down 1-0. And here's the 1-0. Swinging a well-hit ball deep to left field. Robinson back. He got it off the end of the bat. I thought he got it, but Dotel will tag. He'll come in from third. It's a sac fly, and it's a 1-1 game. Man, it looked good when it left the bat, but it'll do the job. Got it toward the end a little, but it's a sac fly, and we're tied up.
It did look good. I'm with you there. I took my sunglasses off because I couldn't see it as well. Now I can see it a lot better, but yeah, off the bat, I thought it was gone, or at least off the wall, and then it barely got to the warning track, but that'll do the job, tie the game up.
Well, here is Diaz as we start over. Den at first with 1 away. And Anderson sets the hands. First pitch is over for a strike. I think everybody's had some trouble seeing, though, in the early going, the way the catchers have been reacting. A lot of glare tonight, the way the sun's setting. On the stretch, here's the 0-1. And a swing and a floater foul off to the first base side. That'll come down toward the top of the seats. Diaz in 17 games played, hitting 190. But against lefties, he's 5 for 12 during his time here in York. Anderson ready. The 0-2. And a foul tip back to the net. Able to get to that fastball at 93. Anderson, 9 years in the Blue Jays system, made it as high as AAA with the Buffalo Bisons. Now ready again. Another 0-2. And a line drive the other way, down the line in right field, but that's going to be foul into the corner. Diaz will look to straighten that out. That ball was well struck. Revs are now out hitting the Barnstormers 3-1. Bryce, when he allowed his first inning run, he was hurt by walks, 3 in the inning. Only 1 hit, though, and only 1 run scored. And then went 1-2-3 in the second inning. Pitch. It is in the dirt, and it got through Castile. Dent took off right away, and Castile throws a fly ball into center field. That slipped just a little, and airmailed everybody. Sanford, though, was in shallow and on it, backing up. But Dent moves up on a ball that was in the dirt, and it barely got through Castile. I think it hit the plate on Tehran's feet, but it was enough for Dent to move up.
Now that'll work. I don't know if he was trying to hit Sanford on like a curl route or something, but it almost looked like he was throwing it to him. Sanford got there so quickly.
Man. Now ready. The 1-2. And Diaz fouls off another one. Back against the net. He's battling. Like he was trying to lob it to somebody in the back of the end zone there. Anderson ready again. Checks a couple of times back at second. The pitch. Swinging a well-hit ball again the other way and right, but foul again. As that carries up onto the bullpen balcony, deep onto it. Overlooking right field. Diaz continues to fight.
He's done a good job up there. And if he can just, sneak one up the middle, put one through a hole, that could probably score. Den Robinson's deep and left. Anything else to the outfield should score him.
Another 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Slider in the dirt. Castile blocks it partially to the right. Now throws to first, and Dent will break for third base and make it. Now they got the out at first, and Castile had to throw or they would have gotten nobody. And Dent was waiting, watching like a hawk. He took off right away and goes to third on the throw down. 2 outs. And he's 90 feet away for Clark.
Oh, he read that really well, and that's one where you definitely at least try it, but he had a big secondary lead from second. He timed it well. It wasn't one where he had to, once Castile came up with it, one where he had to take a step back. He stayed where he was, and knowing that Castile, like you said, has to throw to first, he picks up third easily.
Pitch to Clark is way high.
And Hobson's not going to try that throw, even if it would have been a close play, because, you know, the chance he throws that away and it gets by Bell, but smart move by Dent.
Now the Revs looking for the lead before the second inning concludes. 1-1 our score. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Anderson's got a good fastball. Using it again there. And Clark, his third start back, coming off the DL. 4th game played. Originally tonight he was going to DH. They moved him behind the plate though. Diaz has caught so much. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 95 down in the zone. Clark against lefties this year, .333 with 3 home runs out of his 5. But he is continuing to fight through the recovery of that finger injury, which has impacted his hitting more than his catching. 1-2. Swing and a miss as Anderson stayed with the fastball, and another one at 95 gets Clark. But the Revs tie it up with a run on 2 hits. 1 man left. We'll go to the third. It's a 1-1 game.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Getting pumped for another year of high school football? All this month, Sports Radio 1350 WOIK lays it all out for you in the High School Football Spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2018 York Adams League.
Or go to WOIK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football preview. Then, this fall, every Friday night, it's the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Only here on Sports Radio 1350.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Tied at 1 as we head to the third inning tonight. We've got a lengthy WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report. We touched on some of it, but Alonzo Harris day-to-day with a thumb injury. Suffered Tuesday night in the game that wasn't a game. Henry Castillo had some dental work earlier today and is unavailable. We have Clark playing, still recovering from the finger injury. Luis Cruz is done for the year with the hamate bone injury. Frank DeGiulio Jr. went down about a week into the season with the elbow. Here's Bortnick leading off, and Bryce fires a strike. And also complicating today's matters, Michael Burgess is home for a couple of days, had to tend to something back home in Florida, and he'll be returning. Here's a slider for a called strike 2. But that was preset and aware of, but it's a lengthy list. Our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report. The wind, the 0-2, and a swing and a foul out of play, first base side. It's 2-3-4 in the order. Bortnick a walk in the first inning. Then Robinson and Galen coming up. Bryce went 1-2-3 in the second. And he's ready. Fires. Swing and a miss off the glove of Clark. He can't find it. And now locates it over to his right, but Bortnick already stepping on first and running through the bag. It'll be a strikeout and a wild pitch. It was high. Bortnick chased like he was swinging with a tennis racket, but Clark unable to get it to stick in the glove. And that ends a streak of 5 in a row retired for Bryce. It is his 4th strikeout. Here's Trayvon Robinson, who had an RBI single in the first.
See if we can get a 4 strikeout inning.
Yeah. See, you always have the bright side. First pitch, it is swung on, driven to left center. Witherspoon right there, though. Got a great first step. And deep in left center, he's got it, fires it in quickly. He takes off like an Olympic sprinter, and he's there waiting for it.
Daryl, I'm just looking on the Bryce side.
Yeah.
I promise I just came up with that now. When you said bright side, it clicked for me. But that's a good job to come back first pitch and get Robinson, especially after kind of that deflating feeling of striking the leadoff man out but him reaching base.
Now here's Galen. 1 on, 1 out. Throw to first. Back standing is Bortnick. He does have 15 steals. Galen a ground out to first base. His first time up. It's a 1-1 game here in the 3rd inning tonight. A little bit of sunlight on that batter's eye in center. Not much, though. Pitch and a swing and a pop foul out of play. Off toward third. Dotel will give it a look. It's well back, though. Homestand continues this weekend. Big weekend coming up. Southern Maryland is in. Tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Stadium's open late tomorrow. It is our 3rd rescheduled Boy Scout night with the sleepover. The 0-1, swinging a liner, sock toward, look out, picnic area and right, and it sailed over everybody dining, fortunately. Galen out in front on that one. It's 0-2. We don't need any potato salad casualties or anything. Or beverages.
Where's Don?
Swinging a liner the other way and left, and it's down for a hit in front of Mesa. He thought about trying to come in and thought better of it. And if he misses that, play it into a double or a triple by mistake. So he plays it on a hop for a single. And they will motion for Peguero to loosen again, first and second, and Castile the hitter.
A good decision to get some action right now. Again, you don't want to let this thing get out of hand. A nice play by Mesa to keep it in front, and the worst case scenario is that gets by him, you went through it, but keeping it in front, no harm at all, just first and second.
And here's a pop-up, first pitch. Clark off to the right of home plate, flips the mask away, and he goes to his knees, and he makes the play. It was drifting up the first base line. He was fighting it, and he drops down onto both shin guards and makes the grab as he and Bryce have a laugh about that.
Well, Telvin just sitting back and watching it all unfold, too. Tyler does such a good job back there. And to wait to throw the mask and then still readjust his positioning, keep the back turned away from the field to make that grab, that's a big out number 2 right there, especially to get it on one pitch again.
By the way, to answer your question, Don does not need the picnic area for a beverage. So here's Josh Bell, 2 on, 2 out. Bell a strikeout his first time. Bryce trying to keep it tied. First pitch breaks in tight. It's a 1-1 game here in the third. Looks like they're going to go strikeout pass ball on Bortnick. He's the lead runner at second. The 1-0. Swinging a line drive, right field. Mitchell back, couple steps waiting. Right there, holding the glove up. Nonchalantly makes the one-hand grab. He'll flip it up to a fan, overlooking right field in the picnic area. And Carl Bryce, coming back from that early jam, has gone scoreless in the second and third. No runs, one hit, 2 men left. Bottom of the third, it's a 1-1 game.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Saturday, August 25th, it's Revs time at PeoplesBank Park. Meet American Ninja Warrior contestant Chad Riddle and try out his Ninja Warrior course. And it's Bike Night, presented by First Capital Harley-Davidson and Stanball Law, with a parade of chrome and a chance to win a new Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Plus, inside the park fireworks presented by the auction houses of Dover and Mount Royal. That's Saturday, August 25th. Tickets at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS. Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchased. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
This is Michael Click. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball, home of the Revs, Sports Radio, 1350 WYK. First in York, first in sports.
You just heard from Michael Click, and want to say hello to a couple members of the Michael Click fan club who are tuned in tonight. Andy and Brittany, who I understand are listening. Welcome, guys. As the Revs lead things off with the top of the order here in the home half of the third, Jared Mitchell will get things started. Found out to third base, his first time up, and I believe after strike 2 was called on him, he might have had a few words at home plate. I don't think he loved it. First pitch to him here, he swings, went around. Slider he started, kind of a half swing, but offered at it. And Mitchell, Casilla, and Mesa this inning. Anderson, 38 pitches through 2. Now, time asked for. Mitchell got it in time. Now Anderson winds and deals. And that misses in the dirt as he takes a look at his landing spot. Anderson is 6'2", 225. 29-year-old from Berkeley, California originally, but now lives in Tampa. On the 1-1, and that misses in the dirt. So he likes the warm climates. He's from California, now lives in Florida.
I'm with him on that.
Yeah.
Warm climates are good.
Can't disagree. Now the 2-1, and a foul back off the netting.
You know, the March and April we had here, not even talking about January and February, even December here in the Northeast, but March and April here in York, and not just York, but the kind of the whole area, was brutal. It made me want to go anywhere else. Warm.
Well, you skipped town. You went to the other coast for a while.
Well, and then I came back, and it was, I guess, just double worse. We were having snowstorms in like the last week of March.
Yeah, we were. 2-2. It is a called third strike. Anderson hits his spot down and away. 1 down in the third. Well, tomorrow night, Michael and I are on air at 6:10 like always, but our high school football coverage starts 6:30 on YouTube, our brand new WOYK Preps YouTube channel. In fact, go there now, subscribe, bookmark it, and you can see some awesome test videos of our desk in the studio and some wires. Tomorrow night, West York at Central at 6:30. Here's Casilla, who takes the strike.
You can also head to our SoundCloud, for the WOYK SoundCloud, and listen to all the archived high school football previews.
Yes, you can.
They're pretty good.
Pitch here is swung on, popped up, straight back. Castile coming toward the backstop, and it lands just shy of the Dietz and Blewett Insurance Diamond deck. Now, who did those previews?
I forget who. No, it was me. It was me. Yours truly.
How many more do you have?
I have 4 more to put together. There's a handful left to go through the radio, but I'm powering through. Started with 23 to go. I'm at 4 left to go.
Here's a fly ball, right field. Right there is Rico Noel. Couple steps in, and he squeezes for out number 2. So I'm sure you probably have a great handle on that West York Central York matchup tomorrow, don't you?
I got 2 minutes worth of information on each team, I'll tell you that.
That's a lot. That's pretty good. Well, Brett and Gareth will be on YouTube tomorrow at 6:30. WOYK Preps on YouTube. Here's Melky Mesa. First pitch swinging, fouled back upstairs. It is a 1-1 game here in the bottom of the third inning. There sits the Community Cup over to our right. Up here at the press box window, the 0-1. And that's down low. Mesa lined out to left his first time, just got it toward the end of the bat a little bit. But boy, has he been hot. There's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Like Anderson took a little off, maybe a cutter. Foul tipped into the mid. Now the wind and the 1-2. And that's very high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the pitch to him. And in the dirt, got right through Castile. Right through the wickets, but Mesa laying off. So he works it full. He was behind, but it's a big pitch coming up here for Anderson. If he doesn't get Mesa, he has to face Nash with somebody on base.
Right, and Nash is due. He's itching to get up with a man on base in this situation.
3-2. And a swing and a drive. High and deep, left center. Sanford back, track, wall, it's off the LED boards. Ricochets away into straightaway center. And Mesa flying to third. He'll beat the relay there. Overslid third by accident, but dives back. And Melky Mesa with a towering deep triple that comes down against the neon lights in left center. And he's at third. That'll get Nash to the plate in a big way.
I love the sound that ball made off his bat. He smoked that thing to one of the deepest parts of the park, if not the deepest. I mean, pretty much anywhere else that's gone. It had some carry on it, had a lot of height. It's 2 triples in as many nights. Melky Mesa turning on the PF Flyers, taking a page out of his boy Dotel's book.
And he did have a triple last night, not a double and a throw. And the pitch to Nash, it is up a little bit. And last night he had a triple and a double, not 2 doubles like I thought originally. And that one hit the well-span lights in left center and bounced away. Here's the 1-0. Down and in, gets away from Castile. Melky coming home, and he's going to score, and he gets hit with the throw, but it got him right on top of the helmet, I think, as he slid in with his head down, protecting himself. And a wild pitch gives the Revs the lead. It's 2-1, a triple off the wall, and then scores 2 pitches later.
That'll work. Hey, any way you bring the run in, and that's why the triple there means so much, is because he can score on a wild pitch instead of having to wait for probably a hit to score him from second. Revs taking advantage of things here early in the game, and it's paid off.
Now a 2-0 to Nash. He swings, skies it, shallow right. Hobson back from first. Noel is in from right, and he drops it. And both feet were in fair territory. So was the ball. Off his glove, and it lands inside the line. It's an error on Noel. And the inning goes on with Dotel up next.
Rico Noel, a guy who hasn't played a ton of outfield this year. Well, here's Ross Peoples out to the mound to talk to Anderson. But that was one where off the bat easily was one where you could see it dropping. It's one of those plays where the first baseman has a horrible angle of it and goes straight back. The second baseman has a longer run, and the right fielder, depending on where he's playing, probably has to come over and in. It's not an easy play to make, and the Revs benefit from it.
Now the Barnstormers, who had 3 errors in Game 2 last night, now have an error and 2 wild pitches so far tonight. Actually, I think there might be 3 wild pitches, because Dent, I believe, when he went to third on that strikeout of Diaz that required a throw to first, I believe they called a wild pitch on that. Well, here's Dotel with Nash at first, 2 outs. Revs have taken the lead. 2-1 the score. First pitch is down low. Back to Mesa's triple. I do not think the ball is carrying the way it does most nights. A little bit cooler tonight, but that was a poke. Here's the 1-0. And a swing and a foul against the netting. In the summer here, when it's hot, it just flies and flies.
There's been 3 or 4 fly balls tonight that I thought were either going to go off the wall or over. Mace's I thought was gone. Spoon's I thought had a chance to go over, but that was barely to the warning track. And even the ball Bell hit in the last half inning, I thought it was deeper than it was when Mitchell caught it in right.
Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good cut from Dotel on a fastball up. Just couldn't quite connect on it. 2-1 Revs lead here in the home third. Well, Anderson ready. Nash the lead. And the lefty coming home. Fastball, strike 3 called. He had been working Dotel away, went in on that one and had him frozen, but the Revs take the lead with a run on 1 hit. It was Mesa's big triple. 1 error, 1 left. We'll go to the 4th. Michael with the play-by-play. The Revs with a 2-1 lead.
Tired of hearing that music? Especially when you already have that same ice cream in your freezer. Try something new and amazing with tropical shaved ice. On Monday morning after the big company event, do you want the buzz down the hall to be, how awesome was this year's company picnic? Then crush boredom and bring on Kona Ice with over 32,000 flavor combinations. This is not your typical lackluster snow cone. Their flavors are bold and delicious. Fuzzy Navel, Margarita, Blue Hawaiian. Kona Ice is dairy-free, gluten-free, and they even offer flavors that are sugar and dye-free. No party is too big or too small. They can serve up to 1,000 people per hour. They have party packages starting as low as $100. To add more excitement to your next event, find them online.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Coatman. Coatman Kunkel Insurance.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, a family tradition since 1946.
This is Logan Williamson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Revs lead the Barnstormers 2-1, top of the 4th inning from PeoplesBank Park. The Barnstormers took a 1-0 lead in the top of the 1st, but the Revs answered for 1 in the 2nd, 1 more in the 3rd to take the lead. And here we are in the top of the 4th. Carl Bryce out for another inning of work. He has the bottom 3 in the Stormers lineup. Here's Casey Hobson. First pitch, changeup over for a strike, 79 on the gun. Hobson, Frias, Noel. Hobson at first base again tonight. He's been their everyday guy over there since Joey Tardoslavich got signed a few weeks back. 0-1 pitch, line drive, fair, down the right field line, kicks up some chalk into the right field corner. Hobson digging for 2. The throw comes into Casilla from Mitchell in the right field corner, and it's a stand-up leadoff double for KC Hobson. So Bryce made a good first pitch changeup, but then Hobson turned on a fastball and sent it into the right field corner. Highland Piguero continues to get loose for the Revs down the right field line. He probably saw that ball go right past him in the pen. And now with a man on second and no outs, here's Vladimir Frias, the shortstop. Bryce allowed a run in the first inning. The leadoff man, Sanford, scored. Bryce walked the first 2 hitters of the game. Then Robinson hit an RBI single. So it was 1-0, and Bryce still hadn't recorded an out, but he stranded the bases loaded, gave up just the 1 run. Spoon hit a tying sac fly in the 2nd. Mesa tripled with 2 outs in the 3rd and scored on a wild pitch to take the lead for the Revs. Now Frias shows bunt. He pulls it. It'll be Telvin Nash that's going to have to field it, and there's no play at first base. Vladimir Frias, an infield drag bunt single, and the Barnstormers have runners at first and 3rd and no outs 3 pitches into the inning. So now the Revs are going to bring the infield, it looks like halfway, with no outs. Here's Rico Noel at the dish. He's the 9-hitter at right. Made an error, dropped a fly ball the last half inning. 2-1 Revs lead top 4. Highland Piguero is up yet again in the bullpen. Carl Bryce trying to get through the 4th. Revs still leading, but that might not be for long. Double play depth up the middle for the Revs. Rico Noel takes the first pitch. It's a little bit low. Count goes to 1-0. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors for the Revs. 1 run on 4 hit, 1 error for the Stormers. A win tonight would give the Revs a split with Lancaster in the season series, 9-9 in the 18-game season with them. Runners at the corners, 1-0 pitch coming up. Move over to first. It's low. Nash digs it out. Bryce living dangerously, attempting a pickoff over at first with the tying run on 3rd and throwing it that low. But Nash handling his own there at the bag. He's underrated defensively over at first base. Now Rico Noel literally digging himself in the right-handed batter's box now. Taking forever to get back in the box. Bryce retoes the rubber. Now Noel will finally get set. Runners at first and 3rd, no outs. 2-1 Revs lead top 4. Dotel is in at 3rd. Den Casilla back playing for 2. Nash holding on the runner at first. That pitch misses a little bit low and outside. It's 2-0. The changeup right there missed. The strike zone still small on the night. It expanded a little bit earlier, but Bryce has gotten squeezed on a couple pitches in the inning. 2-0 the count now on Noel. Darian Sanford on deck. Bryce set on the mound out of the stretch. Leg kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good slider low and away. Great call from Tyler Clark. And the count goes to 2-1. The Revs and Barnstormers have played a highly competitive series this year. Every game has been an adventure from opening night here on April 26th until the final meeting of the regular season here tonight. We're in a 1-run contest. Runner goes from first. Here's the 2-1. Clark throws down low. Dent has to make a sweep tag. Ball gets away, but it stays in the infield. Casilla keeps it in front of him. Hobson had no intention of going from 3rd. It's a stolen base for Vladimir Frias. And the Stormers have runners at 2nd and 3rd now with no outs. So that's big because the double play is no longer in order. And Frias can now score on a base hit. And Nash now with no one to hold on, he will play off the first base line, about even with the bag. Dotel still a step in front of the third base bag at 3rd. The middle infielder still deep, outfield straight away. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Bryce. Slider misses low and away. Clark has to lunge out of his crouch to keep that in front, and the count runs full. First base is open, but not really a situation where you're looking to pitch around a guy with no outs in the inning. 2-1 Revs lead, away half of inning number 4. So the 9-hitter Rico Noel, open stance from the right side, taps the plate. Now ready to hit, chokes up on the bat. Bryce set on the mound. Clark sets up outside the pitch. Slider, ground ball up the middle, a base hit into center field. 1 run is in. The ball gets by Spoon in center, and the second run will score. It's a 3-2 Lancaster lead in the top of inning number 4. 2 RBI single for Rico Noel, and the seesaw action continues. So Frias picking up second base on the stolen base, ends up paying bigger dividends as he's able to score. And now that'll be it for Carl Bryce. Mark Mason out to the mound. He will make a pitching change and bring in the right-hander Highland Piguero. 3+ innings for Carl Bryce. His line is not closed. He's given up 3 runs so far, all earned, but he's responsible for Noel at first base. Bryce cannot win it. He can lose it, or he can take a no decision. But we'll take a quick break and tell you more about Piguero when we come back. Revs down 3-2 in the 4th.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy easy for you. From heating oil and propane to natural gas and electricity, our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your home safe and comfortable. In addition, our team can improve the quality of water in your home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY. We make energy easy.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
High school football kicks off this month on WOYK. The action starts Friday, August 24th as the West York Bulldogs visit the Central York Panthers. Join Gareth Hissong and Brett Petrak at 6:30 on our brand new WOYK Preps YouTube. Subscribe to WOYK Preps on YouTube to watch live and on demand, also available through WOYK1350.com. The game of the week presented by Wellspan Sports Medicine starting Friday, August 24th on WOYK Preps on YouTube.
This is Paul Fletcher. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
3-2 Barnstormers lead, top of the 4th. No outs and a man on first. For Highland Piguero, the new pitcher into the game for the Revs. He takes over for Carl Bryce, who went just 3+ innings. Gave up 3 runs on 5 hits. Still responsible for Noel at first base. As Piguero set to face the leadoff man, Darian Sanford. Dotel way in at third. Runner goes, Noel to second. Bunt attempt fake, throw down to second, not in time. Good throw from Tyler Clark. But Rico Noel had a huge jump and picks up another stolen base. Second stolen base of the inning for the Barnstormers. That's what they do. 3rd of the game overall. Well, Piguero's last appearance was on August 20th, just 3 days ago. Went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a no decision out of the pen against the Barnstormers. Revs won that game 11-4. Man on second. 1-0 count on Sanford, pulls back a bunt attempt to take a strike. It's 1-1. Well, Bryce was pretty ineffective in his outing tonight. Did strike out 4, but the walks were killer as well. Walked 3. One and 1 the count on Sanford, batting from the left side. Noel out at second. Now Piguero steps off to look him back, keeping him honest. This should be another multiple inning outing for Highland Piguero. Now he's just chatting with Alexi Casilla there. I thought he was jawing at Noel at second base, but just talking things over with Casilla. Peguero's season high in innings, 4 2/3 back on August 8th. Really had to eat innings that night. 1-1 pitch. Sanford drops a bunt down, but it's foul, and the count goes to 1-2. So we'll see if he does it with 2 strikes on him. Peguero on the season, 2-5 with a 4.88 ERA. This is his 41st appearance. This is his 29th appearance with the Revs. 48 innings total on the year, 43 hits. He's given up 27 runs, 26 of them earned, 40 strikeouts and 30 walks. So walks have been an issue. But when he's not walking batters, he can be dominant. One of the veterans on this club. One ball and 2 strikes on Sanford, no outs in the inning, and now a step off from Peguero as he looks Noel back. Well, this is what Darryl was talking about earlier. Get set for a 4-hour game. It's not just the stolen bases and the deep counts. It's when pitchers have to worry about the runners on base and take time to throw over or at least step off to look guys back. That's when things really slow down. Noel dances off second. The 1-2 pitch to Sanford. Ground ball up the middle. Casilla has it at second, but he boots it. It stays in the infield, but Alexi Casilla looks like he just did not look that ball in out at second base, and it'll be an error for the Revs second baseman. Noel to third. It's now 1st and 3rd for the Barnstormers, still with no outs in the inning. Mace brought Carl Bryce out to start the 4th. It did not go well. The Stormers went double, single, single before Bryce's exit. Now the first batter against Peguero reaches, nonetheless via an error. Now Peguero set on the mound. Runners at 1st and 3rd, no outs. Here's Tyler Bortnick. Sanford takes off for second. The pitch hits Bortnick. So on one pitch, Highland Peguero plunks Tyler Bortnick, and the bases are loaded now for the Barnstormers. Still with no outs, Revs trail 3-2. They led 2-1 coming into the inning. So Bortnick has now reached base 3 times tonight, twice safely, a walk and a hit by pitch. And he now breaks a tie with Barrett Barnes for sole possession of first place in the league in hit by pitches, 15 of them for Bortnick. Plunked once again, a ball magnet. The bases are juiced for Trayvon Robinson, the left field. There's still no outs in the inning. First pitch check swing, but he went around on a slider, it looked like. And the count's 0-1. Noel at third, Sanford at second, Bortnick over at first. Robinson at the dish, 0-1 the count. Revs down 3-2 in the 4th. A time is called as Peguero was set on the mound. Robinson stepped out. The error Casilla just made was his first since August 9th at Long Island. It had been 8 games. Swing and a miss there from Robinson. It's 0-2. Good changeup from Highland down in the zone. Looking for out number 1, looking for a punch out. That would be huge right now with the bases juiced and no outs. Barnstormers have already scored 2 to take the lead in the inning after the Revs took the lead in the bottom of the 3rd when Mesa scored on a wild pitch after tripling to left center. 0-2 on the switch hitter Robinson. Peguero checks third. Leg kick and the pitch. Slider dumped into left field, but it's a fair ball. 2 runs will score easily. Bortnick digging around third. He's going to be waved home now. No, he's going to be waved home by Ross Peoples. Time is called as the ball got lodged somewhere down the left field line in foul territory. Melky Mesa out there threw his hands up, then everybody threw their hands up. It'll be probably just 2 runs for the Barnstormers. Now everybody looking to see where that ball is down the left field line. We cannot see it from the broadcast booth where we are behind home plate. But it looks like they're going to send Bortnick back to third base and call it an automatic double. Ross Peoples is all the way down the left field line with one of the umpires. I believe that's Carlos Dano. Dano found the ball and is throwing it in now. Still no Well, yeah, they did send Bortnick back to third, so it is ruled an automatic double for Robinson. He just snuck that ball in the left field line, and Hobson, who led off the inning with a double, just snuck a ball down the right field line, so a game of inches so far. It's now a 5-2 lead for Lancaster as Blake Galen, the DH, steps in. So a 2 RBI double for Trayvon. Sanford and Noel scored easily on that one. 2 speedsters. Now with second and third, still no outs in the inning. Peguero comes set. And the pitch to Galen, way inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Inning is escalated pretty quickly for the Revs in the field. Barnstormers have 4 hits in the inning. They've taken advantage of an Alexi Casilla error. Sanford reached on that error. Now a ground ball to first base, diving stop by Nash at the backhand. Flips to Peguero covering at the bag, and out number 1 is recorded. But another run in to score. Bortnick scores from third, an RBI ground out for Blake Galen. 3-1 on the put out, but the Revs will take that. And we've gotten a report here in the press box that the ball was under the tarp down the left field line. So that helped the Revs save a run, but the run eventually scored anyway on Galen's RBI ground out. Now a man on third and 1 out. It's a 6-2 lead for Lancaster. So they've hung 5 in the inning, excuse me. Infield comes all the way in for the Revs for Ryan Castile. He tried to check his swing but went around. It's 0-1 on a slider from Peguero. Everybody in the infield, just 1 down. Peguero trying to get the Revs out of the inning. This pitch is fouled off right side. It's 0-2. To Trayvon Robinson over at third. He reached on a double. Oh-2 pitch coming up to the catcher, Castile. Here it is from Peguero. Fastball misses high, 1-2. Peguero set the 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses a little bit low. Looked like it was right there. I think Clark got crossed up because he turned his mitt down as if he was expecting something in the dirt, but it looked like it was around the knees. So that misses for a ball. It's 2-2. Man on third, 1 out. 6-2 lead for Lancaster. 5 runs here in the top of the 4th. Just when things got better for the Revs, they took a lead. It's washed away. Peguero looking to keep it a 4-run deficit. 2-2 pitch with 1 out. Here it is. Slider on the inside corner, strike 3. A punch out for Highland Peguero. Ryan Castile's going to chirp a little bit with the home plate umpire Jorge Terran and then head back to the dugout. 2 outs now. That's a huge out number 2. As Peguero picks up the strikeout. Now the infield can move all the way back with 2 outs and a man on third. Here's Josh Bell, the 9th man to hit in the inning for the Barnstormers. It took 7 men to come to the plate in the inning before the Revs recorded an out. Now they've gotten outs on back-to-back hitters. Nice stop in the dirt by Tyler Clark as that fastball missed low and in from Peguero. It's 1-0. Bell is switch hitter batting left. Homered from the right side yesterday against Logan Williamson. It has been a tough last couple weeks for the Revs bullpen as they have a reliever in the game before the 5th inning once again. 1-0 the count on Bell. 2 outs in the inning, 6-2 Stormers lead. Pitch from Peguero, fastball way outside and high. It's 2-0. The Revs have scored 21 runs through the first 3 games of this series, 11 in the first game of the series, and last night 14 in just 7 innings. As James Pugliese gets loose for the Revs, so they'll look to get back in this with their bats. 2-0 pitch, high and away, it's 3-0. I imagine Mark Mason might go to Pugliese to get the final out of this inning if he really needs him. Try to keep it 6-2. The Revs were down 7-0 in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday, scored 6 runs in 1 inning to pull within 1, but then eventually lost by 1. Piguero gets one over to Bell there. He thought it was ball 4. It's 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Now fly ball right center field, but that's just going to die in the air. Witherspoon under it at the track. Makes the grab, and the side is retired. So Highland Piguero comes out of the bullpen, gets all 3 outs at the top of the 4th. But the Barnstormers get 5 runs. They lead at 6-2 after 3.5. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th next on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Have you heard? Royal Farms has gotten the national culinary recognition it deserves. Yeah, in Food and Wine magazine's article, 10 gas station foods across the country that are worth the detour, they put Royal Farms' world-famous chicken at the top of the list. Well, we've always known that Royal Farms has the best fried chicken, but now the whole world knows. So hurry into a Royal Farms to pick up some of their nationally recognized world-famous chicken before the world beats a path to their door. Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast.
If you own a tractor-trailer business, then you know the cost of having your rig down instead of on the road. Rivers Truck Center in Red Lion keeps your trucks on the road by providing a one-stop shop for all your trucking needs. Rivers handles full-service truck sales and carries a full line of parts for all makes and models, has their own full-service collision center, and provides 24-hour emergency towing and roadside assistance. Check out riverstruck.com for more info. There's a reason Rivers Truck Center has been in business for over 40 years. They really do care.
It is easy being green. In York County, trash is safely managed at a waste-to-energy facility where it is used as fuel to produce electricity. The electricity generated from trash is enough to power 20,000 homes. That's enough to light the entire city of York. Learn more at www.ycswa.com. Garbage is power.
This is Ryan Dent. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the 4th inning from PeoplesBank Park, 6-2 Lancaster lead over York. The Barnstormers got 5 in the top of the 4th. After the Revs came into the inning with a 2-1 lead, Carl Bryce was chased from the game after just 3+ innings. Highland Piguero got all 3 outs in the inning. He gave up a couple runs himself. 4 runs were charged to Bryce, 2 to Piguero. There was an error in the inning for the Revs. Barnstormers sent 9 to the plate in the frame, and now they lead it by 4. Here's Ryan Dent to lead off the 4th. Takes a first pitch breaking ball high and away from John Anderson. And the count's 1-0. Dent in the 6 hole tonight. 6, 7, 8 for the Revs. Dent, Spoon, and Diaz. Four hits in the inning for the Barnstormers, in which they put up 5 runs. 1 batter was left on base. 1-0 pitch coming from Anderson to Dent. Left-hander, slow windup in the pitch. Fastball misses low. It's 2-0. The Barnstormers got into their bullpen early in game 1 yesterday. Brooks Hall went just 2 1/3 innings. They used 4 pitchers the rest of the way. Jonathan Albaladejo and ate up 5 1/3 last night in the loss. Garrett Granitz threw 2/3, but the Barnstormers have needed to use a decent amount of pitching so far in this series. They used combined 7 guys yesterday, and the series opener they used 5. Their bullpen a little bit depleted. 3-0 pitch to Dent, fastball low, but it's called a strike, and it's 3-1. This is game 4 of a 7-game homestand. Now 3-1. Pitch is outside. It's ball 4. Here's Travis Witherspoon with a man on first and no outs. Revs down 6-2 in the 4th. Spoon digs in the box, two plate taps. He brought in the tying run with a sac fly in the bottom of the second. First pitch to him, fastball low and away, it's 1-0. 6 runs on 6 hits, 1 error for the Barnstormers, 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error for York. Barnstormers will play for 2 up the middle. The leadoff man is on. That's Ryan Dent over at first. He walked on 5 pitches. Now Anderson steps off to look Dent back. Want to know the count. Leg kick from Anderson in the pitch. That misses low and away, so he's thrown 7 pitches in the inning, 6 of them balls. And the one pitch he did throw for a strike was still a little bit low in the zone. And that was on a 3-0, just get it over. 2-0 on Spoon with a man on and no outs. Revs looking to cut into the 4-run deficit. Pitch to Travis. That one misses, and it's 3-0. So Anderson has not really been around the plate in the inning at all. The walk to Den was his first of the game. But all of a sudden, he can't find the zone. 3-0 the count. The pitch. That fastball is over, but again, that's a little bit low in the zone, but it's called strike 1. 3-1 now. Dent still over at first. Witherspoon was 2 for 6 with an RBI and 4 runs scored in yesterday's doubleheader. Stole 4 bags in the twin bill. 3-1 pitch from Anderson. Here it is. Popped up middle of the diamond in the infield. Frias wants it. Bortnick out as well. And it's Vladimir Frias that makes the grab in shallow center for out number 1. So it probably should have been a walk for Witherspoon on that. That pitch was definitely a little bit low. That was called strike 1. And instead he pops up in the AB. 1 out and a man on first now. Here's Roger Diaz, the designated hitter. 0 for 1, struck out swinging and was retired on a 2-3 putout in the second. Dent remains at first, Hobson holding him on. Big hole on the right side. First pitch to Diaz, in for a strike. It's 0-1. Barnstormers got 1 in the first. The Revs answered for 1 in the second to tie. They took a 3-2 lead with 1 in the third, but then the Barnstormers came right back for 5 in the fourth. 0-1 on Diaz as time is called. We'll see what is up with that. Somebody's throwing in the bullpen for the Barnstormers. We've not gotten word on who it is. It looks like a right-hander, though. 0-1 from Anderson. Here it is. Fastball low. Ball 1. It's 1-1. 1 out in the inning. Revs down 4 in the home half of the fourth. Finale of a 4-game series, the finale of an 18-game season series with the Barnstormers. The Revs can tie the season series with a win tonight, but Lancaster would win it outright with a W. 1-1 from Anderson, smacked foul off the end of the bat the other way. It's 1-2 on Diaz. Nice grab in the stands by a fan, gets an ovation from the crowd. Diaz ready at the dish. The 1-2 pitch from Anderson. Swing and a miss. Fastball outside corner. And Roger Diaz rung up for the second time tonight. Another punch out for John Anderson. Give him 5 in the game. That'll bring up Tyler Clark, the 9-hitter, doing the catching. We've talked about his struggles at the plate recently because of the injury that he sustained over a month ago. Ligament damage in one of his fingers. But he can do everything defensively, but hitting has been a struggle for him. Can't grip the bat that just the way he wants to just yet. He fouls this one to the backstop. It's 0-1. Anderson gets ahead. 2 outs and a man on first. Huascar Brazuban up in the bullpen for the Barnstormers. We saw him in the series opener. Clark, who came into the season as a switch hitter, has since given that up, strictly hitting right-handed. 0-1, he shows bunt, pops it up foul over our heads in the press box. I thought we were getting a souvenir right there, but just a little bit too high. And the count goes to 0-2. 2 outs in the inning. Dent over at first base. He walked to lead off the inning. A 6-2 lead for the Barnstormers in the bottom of the 4th. Oh, 2 on Clark. He's ready. Anderson set. The lefty's pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball outside corner. 6 punch outs now through 4 for Anderson. We've completed 4 from PeoplesBank Park. It's 6-2 Lancaster. We'll take a break and go to the top of the 5th next.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I'm spending that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
So, John, what should the Steelers' focus be this season?
Steelers fast play for sure.
As opposed to what?
I'm talking Steelers fast play tickets from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Playing's faster than our wide receiver running a slant.
Faster than our defense blitzing the QB?
Oh, yeah! The game's got progressive top prizes, plus second chance drawings for Steelers game tickets, meet and greets, autographed merchandise, and more.
Wow, I'm gonna get mine fast.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
This is Chang Choi, athletic trainer of the York Revolution. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Top of the 5th inning from PeoplesBank Park. Michael Marcantonini on the play-by-play alongside Darrell Henry. 6-2 lead for the Barnstormers as James Pugliese takes over out of the pen for the Revs. Highland Peguero worked an inning, came on in relief after the 4th inning and started, but Carl Bryce could not get an out in that inning. But it was Peguero who finished it, got all 3 outs, gave up 2 runs. At least one of them was unearned. And as we go to the 5th, it's James Pugliese who has won his last 3 outings. He's been awesome for the Revs of late. He has won each of the Revs' last 3 games in which they've won before last night's Game 2 of the doubleheader win. Pugliese's first pitch to Casey Hobson misses low. It's 1-0. Hobson, Frias, Noel, the same 3 that started the 4th inning here in the 5th. Pugliese ready on the mound. Right-hander set. And the 1-0. Chopper out to shallow second base. Casilla charging. Bare hand. He can't get it. It'll be an infield single for Casey Hobson. So Hobson reaches to start an inning for the 2nd straight frame. Pugliese 3-1 on the year. This is his 20th appearance. The ERA down to 3.13. He's really settled down and has had a nice Atlantic League campaign. He's a trusted weapon out of the Revs bullpen at this point. 23 innings of work, 27 strikeouts and only 8 walks. He's also only given up 8 runs and 19 hits in his 23 innings, so keeping guys off base for the most part. So he gets a strike over to Vladimir Frias. Wellington Dotel playing him way in at third base. Frias bunted for a hit his last time up. It's 6-2 Stormers in the 5th. Pugliese allowed the leadoff man to reach. Hobson over at first, being held on. Revs pinching for 2. That fastball misses low and in. It's 1-0. Thought that Peguero was going to go multiple innings, but he was ineffective for the most part in his 1 inning. Got to imagine that Pugliese is going to have to eat more than 1, though, as we're only in the 5th. 1-1 pitch to Frias. That's a changeup over for a strike. It's 1-2. Pugliese set on the mound. The 1-2 pitch, here it is, fouled off, left side. It hits off the facade in front of one of the suites upstairs, and the count remains 1-2. Revs trail 6-2 here in the 5th, as James Pugliese looks to keep it just a 4-run deficit. He looks in at Tyler Clark, and the pitch. Broken bat, liner to third, Dotel catches it. I don't know where the bat went, but there were some oohs and ahs from the stands, so Frias is retired. Soft liner to Dotel. So Pugliese comes back after the infield single from Hobson and gets Frias. So here's the 9-hitter Rico Noel, who singled home 2 up the middle to give the Barnstormers the lead once again. That came in the top of the 4th. He brought the first 2 runs of the inning home. Both those came off Carl Bryce. Bryce was then lifted from the game. Noel at the dish. Dotel stays in on him. He's looking limber down at the hot corner. First pitch from Pugliese. Changeup over for a strike, and the changeup's been a really effective pitch for James. One that he trusts a lot and has really been able to settle in with on the mound. Pugliese in his last outing went 2 innings, struck out 4, did not allow a hit. That was in the opener of this series. Pitch misses outside for a ball slider. It's 1-1. Hobson was dancing off first, but not really a threat to run. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Revs looking to play for 2. And the pitch, fastball, swing and miss upstairs. It's 1-2. Six to 2, Barnstormers lead top 5. 1-2 the count on Noel with 1 out and a man on first. Pugliese set. Leg kick and the pitch. In on the hands, popped up right field. Jared Mitchell there and straight away right. He makes the grab. 2 outs in the inning. Hobson back to first. Pugliese has worked 2 innings in each of his last 2 outings. I mentioned he's won his last 3. He has not given up a run over his last 6. So there are 9 scoreless innings over those 6 outings. He's allowed only 3 hits, not including the infield single here. And he's striking out a lot more batters. I mentioned 4 his last time out as he gets a strike over to Darian Sanford. It's 0-1. Over those last 6 scoreless outings, $12 strikeouts in that span for James Pugliese. 0-1 pitch to Sanford. Big swing and a big miss. Took a huge cut and came up empty. The count goes to 0-2 on Sanford. 2 outs in the inning, man on first. Pugliese set again. Now Hobson just takes off for second, but Sanford had to swing because it was 0-2. Otherwise, Hobson might have been at second before Tyler Clark got that in his glove at home plate. He just took off. Pugliese didn't realize it. He didn't step off. But Sanford, because it was an 0-2 count, he had to protect and foul that one off. So the Revs catch a break there as Pugliese looks to get out of the inning. Bends over at the waist, staring in at Clark. 0-2 on Sanford, who's 0 for 2 with a walk in this one. In the pitch, looping liner out to second. Casilla snares it, and the inning is over. So Pugliese works around a leadoff infield single. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left in the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom half of inning number 5. It's the Barnstormers 6 and the Revs 2. Stick with us.
You know, something funny happens when people buy their dream home. They can both look at the same thing and see it in an entirely different way. He sees a man cave, while she sees an art room.
Hi, my name is Ryan Scott with J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, and this has become a common theme from our happy customers. With our competitive rates, quick process, and close-on-time guarantee, why would you choose another mortgage company to finance your dreams? Call us today at 855-JGW-LEND so we can get you on your path towards home ownership.
J.G. Wentworth Home Lending will take care of all the details of purchasing your home so you can focus on what to do once you move in. You know, will that great backyard be a beautiful garden? Or a beautiful new pool? Yeah, that's one detail we'll leave up to you. Call 855-JGW-LEND today. Mortgage loans offered by J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, LLC, 3550 Commission Court, Woodbridge, Virginia, NMLS ID 2925, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, Equal Housing Lender.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The independent insurance agent system. Discover the power of choice. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
We go to the bottom of the 5th from PeoplesBank Park in Game 4 of this 4-game series. Revs trail Lancaster 6-2. Jared Mitchell scorches one on the ground, hot shot past first base into the Revs bullpen to start the inning. 0-1 the count. It's Mitchell, Casilla, Mesa, top 3 in the order for the Revs against John Anderson, who has struck out 6 batters so far through 4 innings of 2-run ball. He struck out Diaz and Clark at the bottom of the lineup twice each, for 4 of his 6. On the 0-1 pitch to Jared Mitchell, here it is. Sends this one into shallow right center. Bortnick won't get there. It's a base hit. A bloop single into right center for Mitchell. Big turnaround first, but he'll put the brakes on there. The Revs have their leadoff man on against Anderson once again. They've done that in back-to-back innings 3 times on the night. And that brings up Alexi Casilla. Casilla, an infield single in the first inning, flew out to right his last time up. See if the Revs can get something going. They're down 4, it's 6-2 Lancaster. Lancaster put up a 5 spot in inning number 4. Anderson's set. Now he throws over to first to keep Mitchell close. Mitchell leads the Revs in stolen bases this year. He's going to have to start swiping a few more because Travis Witherspoon's hot on his tail. Spoon with 18 after 4 last night. Dotel has 19. Mitchell with 24. He's 24 for 30. First pitch to Casilla misses outside. It's 1-0. Well, Darryl, the Revs are going to have to get something cooking. The bottom of the lineup has struggled tonight, but the top has fared pretty well against Anderson.
Yeah, a little short-handed tonight. Gonna have to bunch some hits together.
1-0 to Casilla. Off the end of the bat, foul territory, first base side. Hobson reaching into the Revs dugout, in and out of his glove. He can't come up with it. Obviously, no one in that Revs dugout is going to let him fall over the railing, but also no help telling him where that ball is or how much room he has.
No, he's on his own over there.
So that one in and out of his glove. It would have been a really tough play. Full extension. Would have been, I'm sure his dad would like to see him make the highlights after his old man made the highlight reel last night.
Great job of silence from that Revs dugout.
1-1 pitch coming to Casilla. Fastball misses outside. It's 2-1. His dad was making plenty of noise in Wichita. His son KC back way over east. 2-1 now on Alexi. 6-2 the Revs trail. Casilla had an impressive doubleheader yesterday. 3 hits in the nightcap. Went 4 for 8 overall in the doubleheader with a double, 4 runs, and 2 driven in. He got his team-leading 8th 3-hit game of the season last night. He leads the team in the multi-hit department with 36 of those games. 2-1 the count on the switch hitter. Revs down 4. Man on first, that's Mitchell, no outs. Anderson set, taking forever. Now the leg kick and the pitch. Chopper to second, this could be 2. Bortnick will tag Jared Mitchell, throw to first in time. It's a 4-3 double play. Mitchell tried to avoid it, but he couldn't. And just like that, 2 outs and no one on here in the 5th.
Yeah, really the only, as quickly as that one hop got to Bortnick, probably the only chance is for Mitchell to slam the brakes, try to get Bortnick to come to him rather than feeding shortstop for the turn. And Mitchell going hard with his speed. Your first instinct is to try to get there, and at that point he was too close to get away.
So Casilla retired. Here's Melky Mesa, tripled and scored a run last time. First pitch swinging, sends it back into the netting behind home plate foul. It's 0-1. 6-2 Barnstormers, bottom 5. No one on for the Milkman. Lined out to left his first time up. The triple came with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. It hit off the LED board in left center. Mesa then scored on a wild pitch. 0-1 pitch, misses outside, 1-1. Did he do the dance tonight? I missed it.
I'm sure, although he almost overslid the bag at third. He's just trying to recover.
1-1 pitch coming up from Anderson, misses low, 2-1. Yeah, that would have been a disaster if he had overslid it and then couldn't get back.
I think he kind of slipped. I think he was trying to go in standing up and just overran it a little, but that's another ball I really thought was gone when it left his bat.
2-1 coming up to Mesa. Here it is, misses low, 3-1. Three balls and a strike to Mesa with 2 outs and no one on. 6-2 Barnstormers lead in the 5th. Mesa looking to keep the inning going. And the pitch. Chopper to third, backhanded by Bell. Crow hop, throw across the diamond low. Hobson scoops it out. An excellent pick by KC Hobson. And Mesa is retired. Alonzo Harris, who's coaching first. And Melky Mesa, who thought he beat it out. They're going to try to talk to Silvio Martinez, but he'll just walk away as he's done so often in this series. And the inning is over. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and none left. 6-2 Barnstormers lead as we go to the 6th.
As you clean it out, keep in mind Community Aid's looking for your lucky leftovers. After you wrap up your yard sale, donate what's left over at your closest Community Aid Drive-Up Donation Center. They're attached to each of Community Aid's incredible thrift stores in our area. Hanover, Harrisburg, Lancaster, Mechanicsburg, and Selinsgrove. Community Aid wants your lucky leftovers to help more than 750 local charities. Learn more at communityaid.net. But don't forget, give your lucky leftovers to Community Aid. Neighbors helping neighbors.
High school football kicks off this month on WOYK. The action starts Friday, August 24th as the West York Bulldogs visit the Central York Panthers. Join Gareth Hissong and Brett Petrak at 6:30 on our brand new WOYK Preps YouTube. Subscribe to WOYK Preps on YouTube to watch live and on demand, also available through WOYK1350.com. The game of the week presented by Wellspan Sports Medicine, starting Friday, August 24th on WOYK Preps on YouTube.
Sports injury? Walk into Wellspan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Hey, this is Jacoby Jones, Super Bowl champ, Dancing with the Stars. If y'all didn't vote for me, it's y'all fault I lost. But you're listening to the radio, WOYK 1350, baby.
Revs down 6-2. We go to the 6th inning. James Puglisi stays in for another inning of work. And he will face Tyler Bortnick to start things off. Bortnick playing second base tonight in the 2-hole. First pitch strike over from Puglisi. Allowed a leadoff single to Casey Hobson on a dribbler out to second his last inning, but retired the next 3 he faced. The 0-1, Bortnick fouls it off over the Revs dugout into the seats. Hopefully everybody's all good down there. Daryl, I see some kind of smoke coming from upstairs. Is that from one of the suites? Is there some food and steaming from a suite or something?
Yeah, let's hope it's a grill.
Where is that coming from?
I'm not certain.
Puglisi readying the 0-2 now. Looking for his first strikeout of the night. Now Bortnick steps out. 0-2 the count.
Everybody's fine over there, but there have been some nasty incomings into the stands tonight and in this series.
Couple bats,
yeah.
All from Casey Hobson. That pitch misses outside, 1-2. Revs looking to win the series 3-1, but they'll have to overcome at least a 4-run deficit to do so. Puglisi's 1-2 pitch, off the end of the bat, out to first base. Telvin Nash scoops it up, steps on the bag, out number 1 here in the 6th. Bortnick retired on the 3 unassisted putout. Here's Trayvon Robinson. Robinson's driven in 3 runs tonight, 1 with a single, 2 with a double. He's also lined out to center. This guy's seeing the ball pretty well right now. His team up 6-2. Revs looking to get back in it. Puglisi has worked an inning in the 3rd scoreless so far, looking to just keep it a 4-run game. And that's all you can really ask out of the pen right now. First pitch to Robinson, swing and a miss. Fastball in lower half of the zone as Robinson swings through it. It's 0-1. A 1 pitch misses low, and the count goes to 1-1. 1 out in the inning, and no one on. 6-2 game.
Pretty good layup shot from the Barnstormer bullpen. Came up just short of home plate.
Yeah, well, they've missed a lot with pitches in the pen this series. The game's been stopped over the series a few times because of stray balls on the field. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and a changeup. Good one there from Puglisi. Went down to 78 miles an hour on that changeup, and it's 1-2. Puglisi looking to make it 2 up, 2 down. Doesn't want to face anyone. Doesn't want to face Blake Galen with anyone on. 1-2 pitch coming. Here it is. Fastball misses just a bit inside. It's 2-2. Well, Robinson with 2 hits tonight has extended his hitting streak to 9 games. He's 14 for his last 30. He takes in there. It's 3-2. And another one that Puglisi gets squeezed on. It's 3-2. Doesn't help when pitchers aren't getting the call, Daryl, and that's been the case.
Yep.
3-2 coming, popped up, left side of the diamond. Dotel, the third baseman, under it. He's in foul territory now, drifts back into fair territory. It is a fair ball. He makes the grab. So Puglisi comes back after he probably should have had strike 3 on Robinson and gets him to pop up. Wellington Dotel, he knows how to do that, catch the ball in the air. Hasn't really been tested other than that slow grounder to third that he made a great play on, but he's held his own there at the hot corner.
Yeah, he's had fun with it tonight. Everybody would be having more fun if the score was reversed, but he's done a good job.
Here's Blake Galen, first pitch to him. Breaking ball misses low and in, 1-0. 2 outs in the inning, no one on, top 6. It's 6-2 Lancaster. 1-0 pitch. Changeup tapped out in front of the plate. Clark has it, calls for it, throws to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for James Puglisi. He's retired the last 6 batters he's faced, 2 scoreless for him. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Game moving along. It's 6-2 Barnstormers.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Planning your next visit to York? Book your stay at Courtyard by Marriott. Conveniently situated near local businesses, shopping, dining, downtown, and local attractions, Courtyard by Marriott features a state-of-the-art lobby, inviting flexible spaces to work or relax, free Wi-Fi, our well-equipped fitness center, and the bistro, offering healthy options and refreshing choices, including Starbucks and an evening bar. Your stay is sure to be more comfortable, productive, and enjoyable than ever before. Courtyard by Marriott, 2799 Concord Road in York. Book your stay at 717-840-7840.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350. WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom 6 from PeoplesBank Park. It's 6-2 Lancaster over York. Oscar Brazoban takes over in the 6th for the Barnstormers. Brazoban pitched in relief a couple nights ago for the Barnstormers. The Revs saw him in the game that wasn't a game. He pitched in the rainout the other night. He came in for Nate Reed after Reed was ineffective and stayed in the game until that game was finally called. And now Telvin Nash will be the first man to greet him. Nash 0 for 2 in this game, reached on a fielder's choice and an error in this one. It's Nash, Dotel, Dent, 4-5-6 for the Revs. John Anderson's night done after 5 innings, gave up 2 runs. Nash takes first pitch fastball for a strike. It's 0-1.
Couldn't tell if that said 90 or 98.
Probably 90.
Probably.
0-1 the count now, and Nash, he takes outside, although he is pumping it. Actually, that it might have said 98 because that says 97.
Wow. He
is throwing smoke out there. Well, Brazoban's been a good pickup for the Barnstormers this year. Leads the team in ERA, 0.89 ERA in 26 games. Pitch, swing and a miss, and a nasty slider down the zone. You go from 97 to 87. Try hitting that.
I don't know how they do.
30 in the third innings for Brazoban on the season. 28 strikeouts, 16 walks, so he will give up some free passes. Opponent's hitting 265 off him. 1-2 pitch. Nash shoots one past the diving Josh Bell into left field and out. Bell gave it all he had over at third, full extension, couldn't come up with it. And Nash picks up his first hit of the night.
Well, these guys at this level are so good. Just talking about, I don't know how they hit that. Brazoban went back to the fastball at 96, and Nash, for as big as he is and as powerful as he is, just a nice, quick, short stroke, and turned on it, hit it hard, and made it look way easier than it really is.
Revs trail 6-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Nash on first. Here's the third baseman, Dotel. First pitch, fastball over, 95 on the gun. That one was right there. Any chance I have to say the third baseman, Dotel, I'm going to do it. Wellington ready again. Open stance for him. Now he calls for time. He'll readjust his batting gloves, tap his helmet, then step back in the box. Revs will have to rally if they want to tie this game or even take the lead. They trail by 4. 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses low and off the plate. 1-1. Good take there from Dotel. Outfield playing Wellington straight away. 1-1 swing and a miss. Big rip at the fastball, came up empty. 96 from Brazoban. Well, he's really dialing it up. The Revs haven't seen many throw that hard this year.
Yeah, the previous one, 90 with sink, and then back to four-seam at 96.
1-2 the count on Dotel and the pitch. That one, 87, a breaking ball that Dotel fouls off. Remains 1-2. No outs in the inning. Nash on first after the single. Revs have 6 hits. The Stormers have 7. They've cashed in 6 runs on their 7 hits. The Revs just 2 runs. Each team with an error. 1-2 coming to Dotel. Fastball misses inside. Almost clipped him in the front of the jersey. And the count evens up at 2. Ryan Dent waiting on deck, hoping to get a shot with 2 on and no outs. And the pitch, 2-2 swing and a miss, slider that Dotel bailed on and comes up empty. First strikeout of the night for Brazoban, first out that he's recorded. Dotel now 1 for 3 with 2 punch outs.
It doesn't seem like we ever see Brazoban in the highest leverage of situations, but he's carrying an ERA under 1 for the year, 0.89. With that stuff, I mean, it's pretty electric to see him coming in out of the bullpen.
Well, here's Dent now with Nash still at first and 1 out. 6-2 Revs trail the Barnstormers. And the pitch, swing and a miss there from Dent, and it's 0-1. Well, the Barnstormers got what they wanted out of Anderson. 5 innings, 5 solid innings. This was just his 9th start of the year. Sort of a similar role to Joe Van Meter for the Revs, a guy who had started about the same amount of games as Joe and same amount of relief appearances. In fact, coming into last night, Van Meter had 31 appearances, 7 starts. Anderson coming in 30 appearances, 8 starts. So similar swing roles. 1-1 the count on Dent now. Brazoban set on the mound, leg kick and the pitch. Line drive, base hit into left field. Ryan Dent picked on a high fastball, and he didn't miss it. The ball got by Trayvon Robinson, but no advancement from Nash. He stays at second. 2 hits in the inning for the Revs, so you can throw as hard as you want, Darryl, but professional hitters are going to hit the fastball over the zone.
That's right. Yep, if it's in the zone, they will turn on it. They will not only hit it, they'll turn on it, and they have hit it hard a couple of times this inning. And a lot of times it comes down to, is a guy's secondary stuff good enough that it has to be respected? But if you have a book on a guy that he can't get his secondary stuff over for a strike, well, then you're not too worried about it. You recognize it and lay off of it and just sit on the fastball.
Here's Travis Witherspoon with 2 on and 1 out. Tying run is in the on-deck circle. 6-2 Barnstormers. Spoon swings through a first pitch fastball, 95. It's 0-1. Revolution chant starting in the stands. Is that our boy Joe Dahl that we hear?
No.
Thought it was Joe. Spoon swings through a slider there. It's 0-2. He's usually the one starting things up.
Well, yeah, he is among the most vocal.
Doug out there too, usually, when he gets a free moment.
I know Joe from a mile away.
0-2 on Spoon. Brazoban set.
Oh.
And now he drops the ball on the mound. That's a balk. I was a little stunned that he just kind of stopped his motion. I was wondering what happened there, whether he called for time or what, but dropped the ball out of his right hand. Ross Peebles came out of the dugout to see if he's all right, but the balk works out in the Revs' favor. Now 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Now Travis Witherspoon's going to have to try to put something in play.
I don't know if the ball in his backswing with the arm inadvertently hit his leg. From here, the first thing I saw was his foot came down. And at first I thought maybe he landed awkwardly or got off balance, but I wonder if he accidentally hit himself with the backswing of his arm and dropped it. I don't think we're going to get a replay on it.
Well, my first thought was that he kind of dug his cleat in a little bit too hard or something. Now the ball gets away from the catcher, Castile. Here comes Nash. No throw to the plate. The Revs add another run. Telvin Nash scores on the wild pitch from Brazoban. And now Ryan Castile just chucked the ball away over by the Barnstormers dugout. I guess the play was already over and ruled dead. The Revs add a run. Spoon laid off a 2-strike slider. Good job by him to do that. And Nash came in from third, broke right away. And it's now a 6-3 game. 1-2 the count remains on Spoon, and the balk pays dividends for the Revs as they add one. Matt Marksberry warming in the Stormers bullpen. Ricardo Gomez up for the Revs. Now Spoon foul tips one into the glove of Ryan Castile for out number 2. A strikeout for Brazoban, his second of the inning, and Spoon set down. Here's Roger Diaz with 2 outs and a man on third. So that's huge for the Revs, because if you figure Spoon still strikes out in that situation anyway, at least the Revs got the run in on the wild pitch. It's now 6-3.
And I wouldn't want to be hanging out covering home plate when Telvin Nash is coming home at full speed. It's like a linebacker off the edge.
First pitch to Diaz. He fouls one off. It's 0-1. I don't think Diaz saw 96 and 97 and the 90 with Sink in the Empire League.
No.
He's caught some smoke from Revs pitchers this year. 0-1 the count on Roger, DHing tonight. Pitch from Brazoban, hard hit ground ball at second base, knocked down by Bortnick, throws to first in time. And Roger Diaz retired. Bortnick let it get away from him a little bit, but had plenty of time to recover. And the inning is over. The Revs had 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We'll go to the top of the 7th. Darrell Henry taking back over on the play-by-play. Revs trail by just 3.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Planning your summer vacation? Looking to take care of those long overdue home improvements? Hello, I'm Tara Hauser, Vice President of Marketing at First Capital Federal Credit Union. Make all your dreams come true with a home equity loan from First Capital FCU. For a limited time, take advantage of a 7-year home equity loan of $10,000 or more with an annual percentage rate as low as 3.99%. Visit firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any branch to apply. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania delivers natural gas to 423,000 customers. Our commitment is to do it reliably, efficiently, and most importantly, safely. If you smell, hear, or see any sign of a natural gas problem, evacuate immediately and call 911 from a safe location. The most obvious indication of a problem in your home would be a rotten egg odor. For more information on natural gas safety, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com. Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, reminding you about natural gas safety.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchased. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Head of the 7th tonight, Revs trailing 6-3. Got another run closer. Ricardo Gomez will take over. Pitching change is brought to you by Maple Donuts. Another fine job by James Pugliese, who goes 2 scoreless. Infield hit from the first batter he faced, and then retired all 6 after that. Ryan Castile will lead things off against Gomez. Castile is 0 for 2 with a walk. Gomez first pitch. It is fastball a little high. He is 3-1, 4.46 ERA, 38 outings. has a save, 52 strikeouts in 36 and a third. It's the 1-0. Breaking ball, popped him up, shallow right. Mitchell is in. Casilla out from second. Mitchell will take charge coming forward. And he handles the catch for out number 1. Take a look at our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard tonight. Plenty of updates to provide. Long Island playing 2 at Southern Maryland. They tried to last night, could only get one of those games in. As Josh Bell digs in. Bell tonight is hitless in 3 at-bats. And the pitch. Fastball misses high. So tonight, Long Island a 7-1 win in Game 1. They lead 2-1 in the 5th inning in Game 2. That is not good news. Gomez the 1-0. And there's a breaking ball for a strike. New Britain leads the Road Warriors 8-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. That's also not good news. The 1-1. Fastball up and away. Sugarland at Somerset tied 4-4 in the 4th. That is no news at the moment because they're tied. Here's the stretch, the 2-1. Swing and a foul back, going to the roof. So, the Revs coming in tonight, 8 back in the division in the second half. Obviously, that's a lot. But in the overall standings, they're a good bit out of the first wild card position, almost the same number at 7.5. 2-2. Yeah, that misses outside, but a potential second wild card spot. First of all, you would need Somerset to win the second half, assuming Sugarland wins the second half on this side. There's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Fastball in on the knuckles. And Bell swings through it, 2 down. But Long Island entered the night up 3 over Somerset, and they've already won once and have a lead in Game 2 of that doubleheader. But anyway, if Somerset does win that half and creates a second wild card, Revs entered the night 2.5 behind Long Island. And New Britain also 1.5 behind Long Island in the middle of that race. Here's Hobson. First pitch misses up and away. Revs trail this one 6-3 here in the 7th inning. Hobson 2 for 3 tonight, double and a run. He is the K-man. And the 1-0. Fastball, that's right there for a strike. Rick really sells it on the PA. Gomez with the 1-1. It is just outside. Hobson started but stopped, and evidently it was off the plate. 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Lancaster. 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for York. Gomez set. Fires. Swing and a pop-up foul. Back toward the netting. Clark will give it a look, and out of room. About 5 rows in. Clark coming right over toward Vladimir Frias, who's on deck. Rick has every adjective to make fans' mouths water. As Gomez goes for the Moz sticks here. And he's ready. They're going to go down and away. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He swung through it off the glove of Clark, but not a foul tip. Clark will come over and tag Hobson, who was walking away. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3, 7th for Gomez with a couple of strikeouts. And there will be Moz sticks here tonight. We've got the 3 millionth fan tonight. We've got Moz sticks. Now they just want to see a Revs comeback. Stretch time here at the bank, trailing 6-3.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Saubles Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
Hi, this is Mark Mason. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK.
Head of the bottom of the 7th inning, 6-3, Lancaster on top. Left-hander Matt Marksberry is the new pitcher for the Barnstormers. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts, as Clark, Mitchell, and Casilla will come up. And Marksberry's really been pitching well. Overall, he's 2-1, 1.52 ERA in 35 outings. Does have a lot of walks, 25 and 29 and 2/3, but opponents have hit just 200. And he is quite the story. He's probably just happy to still be playing, still be functioning, as he misses down low on Tyler Clark leading off. Clark tonight, 2 at-bats, 2 Ks. A couple of years ago, after the 2016 season, Marksberry reported having stomach pains. He got checked out, and during a procedure, he had a seizure. He fires and misses in the dirt. He suffered a collapsed lung during it as well, and he was placed in a medically induced coma. And also, about a year before that, he was involved in a terrible bus crash that a Braves minor league team had. Here's the 2-0. And that misses low. A lot of guys were banged up. Steve Janis, who pitched here last year, was on that team and went through that. But certainly the medically induced coma is very frightening. That happened after the bus thing.
Yeah, I mean, to come back and play professional baseball after that is huge. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Now Clark showing bunt, takes a strike, 3-1. After going through all of that, was released by the Braves in March of 2017. Fairly late last summer, signed with Somerset, only there for a few days. Ended up then signing in the Can-Am League. He fires, and it's down and away, and Clark walks to lead things off. This is the one thing that has plagued Marksberry this year, is free passes, and Clark's struggling to swing. Marksberry certainly didn't want to walk him to lead off the inning, but that's a good start for the Revs.
Huge, especially because Tyler Clark is not able to do too much with the bat right now. But, I mean, even so, you got to throw strikes to the guy, and Marksberry did not right there.
And here's Mitchell now, who's 1 for 3. Revs down 6-3 in the 7th. Pitch, it is down low. And Marksberry finished last year, I guess actually early this year. He was pitching in the Australian Baseball League with the Melbourne Aces. And in February of this year, the Quebec Capitales traded him to Lancaster. The 1-0. And a ground ball sharply, base hit right center. Past the dive of Bortnick. Clark trying to go first to third. They can run on Sanford's arm, and he'll make it easily. It's cut off by shortstop. First and third, nobody out. Mitchell's second hit of the night. He wins the matchup against a tough lefty. And Alexi Casilla coming up. The tying run is at the plate.
Clark runs really well for a catcher, so a no-brainer for him to go first to third, especially on Sanford's arm like you mentioned. Mitchell coming up big right there, helping keep the rally, or really start the rally. And now Alexi, maybe the team's overall best hitter with what he can do with the bat. Not the biggest, not a power hitter, but it's the team's leading hitter at .334 coming in. So this is the guy you want up right here to keep things going and keep that spark lit.
Left-hand hitters had been batting just 140 against Matt Marksberry, 7 for 50, and Mitchell wins that matchup. Ross Peoples a visit. And here is Alexi, who tonight is 1 for 3. Then they've got to deal with Mesa, Nash, Dotel. They've got right-hander Kevin Munson loosening, and this might very well be Marksberry's final hitter. Time asked for. Revs have Michael Click getting ready for the 8th. Down 6-3. They're now out hitting Lancaster 8-7. And the first pitch. It is down and away. Good eye. The Revs got one back last inning. Briefly led early in the game. Lancaster, a 5-run fourth, took control. 1-0. And a swing and a bouncing ball to short. Frias waits for the hop, shovels low. Bortnick gets it away, though, in time with the stretch from Hobson at first. Clark scores at 6-4, but the Barnstormers will happily take that trade. It's a double play. Frias tried to rush the flip, having to wait for the bounce. It was low, but a great turn from Bortnick at second.
Well, that really hurts. That's not how the Revs wanted to get that run in. Yeah, you're within 2 runs now, but late in the game, you really don't want to take that trade if you're the Revs. Now, if it came down to it, you want that run, but that's a rally killer. Now Mesa hitting with no one on, and Casilla, oddly enough, is hitting the 2 double plays tonight. You don't see that from him normally.
And the first pitch, breaking ball down low. They can also now leave Marksberry in to try to end the inning and save Munson for the 8th. Mesa tonight 1 for 3, triple and a run back in the 3rd. He is not in the tying run thanks to that twin killing. There's the 1-0 swing, and he slices a foul into the second row down the first base side. It's a ball and a strike.
Got some mozzarella sticks, free mozzarella sticks coupons here in the booth. Big shout out to our guy Art.
All right.
Art always hooking it up.
There's dinner. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a line drive to the gap in left center field. Down for another extra base hit. It'll skip to the base of the wall. Mesa's at second. He'll stop there. Telvin Nash is going to bat, representing the tying run as Mesa doubles to the gap in left center. He has tripled and doubled for the second straight night. He's got one of each.
He did the dance again. I saw it that time. Can confirm, and that'll be it for Marksberry.
That will get Ross Peoples out of the dugout. It'll be Kevin Munson. He's known for his breaking stuff. He'll be coming in to face Telvin Nash. It's a 6-4 game. Revs down a pair. Mesa at second, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
Presley Ridge believes that strong families are the foundation for strong communities. With compassionate and caring professionals, Presley Ridge offers individual, child, and family therapy in addition to foster care and other in-community services. To learn more about Presley Ridge and their impact on families right here in our community, visit presleyridge.org or call 717-845-6624. That's 717-845-6624.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Enoel Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the Home of the Revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
Kevin Munson coming on to face Telvin Nash. Revs down 6-4. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Munson last night got a win in game 1 of the doubleheader, retired all 4 that he faced, 2 on strikeouts. In the middle innings, did not face Nash, but the win was his 7th out of their bullpen, 7-3, 2.70 ERA in 35 outings, 39 Ks and 33 1/3, and he's got some good breaking stuff for right-on-right matchups. Nash digs in. He's the tying run. And Munson's first pitch. It is a slider inside, ball 1. Nash 1 for 3, singled and scored last inning. Mesa a double with 2 outs. Gets him to the plate here in the 7th, trailing 6-4. As Munson will rub down the ball. Revs had the first 2 on this inning. A double play is how they scored their run this inning, but then Mesa's double gets Nash to the dish. Now look back, 1-0. It's down and away. Slider, which was never a strike. And Nash will operate on a big hitter's count. He's due in terms of a homer.
Might give him the green light here, 2-0. Could be the best pitch he gets all at bat.
Munson deals. It is a cutter at the knees, called strike at 90. It's been like a week since he's homered, so that's abnormal for him. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the stretch. And Munson the pitch, swinging a high fly toward the line and right. Noel coming over toward the Revs bullpen, and it lands down near the tarp before anybody can get to it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nash still alive.
Gotta watch that slider low and away here. Either way, regardless of what pitch it is, Telvin's got to stay on it. Be able to go to right center, right field if he has to, and we know he can. He does that so well.
Barnstormers are hoping this is the last time they have to face him tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the stretch, pitch, swinging a foul tip, just hung in there as it glanced off Castile's glove. And again, Nash keeps it alive. No guarantee his spot would come around again. Well, Remove the helmet, wipe the forehead for a moment. Not a hot night. The heat has gone away, at least for a few days. Mesa leading away from second. He's watching from there, and Munson will step off. Couldn't get together quickly enough with his catcher on this side.
Been a lot of big spots in games for the Revs with them trailing over the last few weeks or so, and a lot of times guys have cashed in. This is another one of those times where it'd be huge to get another run across.
Now the 2-2. Check swing, slider down, he's rung up. On the appeal to first, and Nash fires the bat away toward the Revs dugout, fires the helmet away. Silvio Martinez walks away, and the Revs' frustration with this crew all week just continues. One run is all they get. 2 hits, 1 left. Silvio's the first base ump. That's where Nash is playing D, so he's going to walk that way and have a conversation. We're going to the 8th. Michael Click coming in. It's still 6-4 Lancaster.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Runners know the challenge. It's not the uncompromising weather. It's not the pounding repetition. It's not knowing how to dig deep as you start the climb of that last hill. For runners, the challenge is the discipline to keep running.
Flying feet.
Casual runners, amateur runners, hardcore runners, no matter what level runner you are, Flying Feet Sports Shoes is with you every step of the way. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear and properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear, properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. And that holds true whether you're training or racing on roads, tracks, or trails. For those searching for that discipline, Flying Feet provides the latest shoe innovations, the accessories and equipment, and the inspiration to keep on running. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and the true understanding of what running is all about. As one local runner put it, Flying Feet is family, and all runners are welcome.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head of the 8th inning, it is brought to you by York Dental Sleep Therapy. You may be getting tired as we get late into the night. Vladimir Frias will lead off. Michael Click is the new pitcher for the Revs. Pitching change is brought to you by Maple Donuts. 6-4, Lancaster still in front. Nash rung up on that check swing to end the 7th. And Click steps off, wants to go through it again with Clark. Frias 1 for 3, bunt hit, steal, and a run. It's early in the game. Earlier. First pitch, he shows bunt, it's a slider for a strike. Click last in on Monday. 1 unearned run in the 8th, and then he was ejected at the end of that one. Was not too happy. It's the same guy behind the dish tonight, Jorge Terran. The 0-1, and that misses inside, and Click was upset with the pitches in that he wasn't getting, and he felt like it was both sides of the plate that were getting pinched, so he was trying to say it's got to be one or the other, and something was said back to him that set him off, and he knew he was getting tossed. The 1-1 fastball misses up and in. The Frias, Noel, and Sanford this inning. Click trying to keep it a 2-run game. Frustrating night for the Revs. Again, the pitch. It is swung on, fouled off, third base side. Attendance tonight, 2,953. Revs have been playing catch-up since that big 4th inning. They got 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, but had an opportunity for more both times. Click delivers, swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball in on the hands, and there's one away. Are you tired of feeling the effects of sleep apnea or sleepless nights due to your CPAP? Dr. Bell may have an option to help you. Make your appointment today and let Dr. Bell help determine which treatment is best for your needs. Call 717-316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com. York Dental Sleep Therapy, 450 West Market Street in Hallam. Here is Rico Noel, who's 1 for 3, 2-run single in the 4th inning. He has done a number on the Revs this season. Pitch, he tries to bunt his way on, pushes it toward first, and it rolls foul. It was skimming along the grass inside of the line most of the way, then just past halfway to first, it turned foul. And the booth will try to get our music in before. It looks like they will at the pace at which Noel's walking back to the plate.
Not in any hurry.
It's his moment to shine.
So they're step back for pace of play.
Dotel is way in at third, or was. Might have just been messing with Noel by standing in at Little League distance. Now he's at the edge of the grass. The 0-1, and Noel tries to bunt his way on again and fouls it again, this time straight back.
Oh, Dotel's loving it over there.
He's having the time of his life tonight. It's like a kid in a candy store getting to play infield. Revs relievers have done a great job of keeping it where it is since that big 4th inning. Here's the stretch, the 0-2. Swing and a miss, a high slider in and out of the glove of Clark, who tags Noel. Noel had backed away from his former teammate playfully on the first tag attempt. Second one makes the out official, and Click has struck out the first 2 he's faced.
Click's been good since coming in. He got his cardio in earlier today, running some routes in right field.
Yeah, who helped him with that?
Yeah, how's your arm feeling? You were throwing some darts.
Yeah. Better than it did the first day I tried it.
Yeah, was that you got out there with Click a couple days ago and tossing the pigskin around?
Saturday at Somerset, and then struggling to stand up the next day. Here's Darian Sanford, who takes a strike. Not that old yet.
Got to get back in the swing things this offseason.
Yes. It's on the old to-do.
Pretty long one for you, right?
Seems to only grow. Here's the 0-1, and it's swung on, fouled away, left side. Well, you got some cardio in, did you not, today?
Yeah, so I went down before you, and Click threw me 3 passes, caught all of them, a couple deep bombs. That dude is funny.
I'm more of a possession receiver, just kind of underneath stuff.
I'm a slot guy. When I play touch football back home at the park with my crew, I'm always tearing it up for like those short yardage catches.
Here's a check swing, a high fastball, appeal to third, and of course, that one is called no sweat. Now, Revs dugout is just the reaction in unison from everybody on that top step.
I can't wait till we get an appeal for a right-handed hitter down to Silvio on the first base line and see what we get out of him.
Mace just had to remove the lid and walk away. Some steam coming off his head at this point. Here's the 1-2, and it bounces in front of the plate. It's been a frustrating series. It's been... Mace just put on the coaching helmet for some reason. I wonder if he wants to go coach first next inning. It's been a frustrating season. It's been, win 1 or 2, lose 1 or 2. Now 2-2 on Sanford, the stretch. And Click home. Fastball high, and the count goes full. Obviously, Sanford possesses great speed if he gets on base. Click shakes off once, now he's in agreement. And the payoff pitch, fastball misses high as Sanford whips the bat away toward his dugout and heads to first. So a couple of pitches after the Revs thought maybe they had him on a checked swing. He ends up walking. And he'll be going for steal number 63, maybe on the first pitch.
Sure he will at some point, but Revs could be out of this inning if they had gotten the call down the third base line. But right now for Click, he just has to worry about getting Bortnick. Sanford can steal all the bags he wants right now. He can take second, third. He can do it on 2 pitches. But if Click gets Bortnick, and it's not going to matter.
Ends a streak of 11 in a row retired by the Revs bullpen. And Click ready. There goes Sanford, and a swing and a foul back. And out of play. Sanford trying for attempt number 83 on the year, but Bortnick swinging first pitch fouls it off. Sanford now squatting on his way back to first. Wonder if he's tightening up. Bortnick is 0 for 2 tonight, but has reached on a walk and a hit by pitch with a run scored. 6-4 Lancaster here in the 8th. Click no record, 2.14 ERA in 14 outings. Now ready, and a move to first. Sanford will dive back, didn't have too big of a lead. I like the underneath stuff because I don't have to run far.
Yeah. Well, and you had that nice cut on the post that the click through you to end it today.
Yeah, nice little lead. He's a QB that makes his receivers look better.
So if we're playing, let's say we got a game of Revs flag football or touch football, whatever it is, imagine Click would be one of the quarterbacks for one of the teams.
Yes, but he does thrive on running the routes himself to get the cardio in.
True.
Makes it a little more fun. It's better than running poles.
Yeah.
I would think.
Do you ever run triangles back in the day when you were playing? From home plate to the left field pole to the right field pole home?
No.
No, we did those in high school.
Runner goes, pitch is outside. Throw from Clark. Quick tag. Got him. Darian Sanford gunned down for the 21st time this year. Tyler Clark absolutely hoses him at second base, and Casillas slaps on the tag. Scoreless 8th for Click. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left. Go to the bottom of the 8th. It is 6-4 Lancaster.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Saturday, August 25th, it's Revs time at PeoplesBank Park. Meet American Ninja Warrior contestant Chad Riddle and try out his Ninja Warrior course. And it's Bike Night, presented by First Capital Harley-Davidson and Stanball Law, with a parade of chrome and a chance to win a new Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Plus, Inside the Park fireworks presented by the auction houses of Dover and Mount Royal. That's Saturday, August 25th. Tickets at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Local sports on WOIK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, York's great-tasting family tradition.
Hi, I'm Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Catch Sixers basketball all season on Sports Radio, 1350 WOIK, first in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the 8th, 6-4. Lancaster still in front. Tyler Clark not allowing that Sanford walk to turn into anything further. 17th runner he's thrown out this season. Right-hander Caleb Fleck, the new pitcher. Dotel up first. First pitch, big swing and a miss on a high fastball. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Fleck yesterday in game 1. 1-2-3-6, got a hold. Pitch, it is a slider low. Dotel checks, appeal to first, did not go. I look down at first. Mace is indeed coaching first base.
Love it.
This is the 1-1. And a line drive, base hit the other way. Right field. Dotel is on to start the bottom of the 8th. That'll make Ryan Dent the tying run coming up.
Well, this is the first time this year that Mace is coaching first base, isn't it?
That would be correct.
It looks like we got a fudge delivery here in the booth. That is good stuff. Our pal Art bringing some.
Thank you, Art.
Some good-looking peanut butter fudge here. I'm gonna have to take a bite of this. See what we got here.
I'm sure Art made it, right?
Well, that's good stuff.
Here's Dent.
Appreciate that, Art.
And the first pitch to Dent, a swing and a high fly toward the corner and right. Sends Noel over. He is going to get there, though, as it lands a couple steps shy of the track. Dent gave it a ride the other way, but flies out in fairly deep right field on one pitch. Solid contact on it. Now Travis Witherspoon to the plate with one down. Revs are now out hitting the Barnstormers 10-7. It's the first time tonight that third baseman Wellington Dotel has been retired. He had 2 hits and a walk. Now Fleck, a move to first. Dotel diving back and he's in. Or I'm sorry, Dent. First time Dent has been retired tonight with 2 singles and a walk. Pretty close with Dotel over at first, but he's back in. Witherspoon 0 for 2 with a sac fly. Fleck the pitch. Dotel fakes going. It's a called strike. Revs have Junior Rincon loosening. I'm curious the overall intent as Fleck throws over to first. Dotel back standing. The overall intent of Mace being at first, is it to keep Silvio honest on calls? Is it to have a discussion with him at some point? Here's a throw over and Dotel back standing again.
I think a little bit of both. Mace also probably in the back of his mind knows there's a chance he might not make it through this game.
Yeah. We're maybe teetering. Here's the 0-1. And it's down and away, slider. Maybe that'll shorten the walk if that happens.
If anything, he's in Silvio's head for sure.
That might be the bottom line right there. Mace has not been tossed all year. Now I just did it for him. Here's the 1-1. Fastball just missed, down and away. Revs trail 6-4 here in the 8th. Fleck 1-0, 186 ERA in 8 games, 2 runs in 9 2/3, only 5 hits allowed. Now the pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball, base hit left field. Witherspoon singles through the left side. That's their 11th hit. Tying run is Trav with his great speed at first. And it's first and second for Roger Diaz.
Revs could try a double steal here. Good speed on the bases with Dotel and Spoon there. And those two have done it before. I mean, the Revs are not shy from the double steal. They did it the other night with Spoon and Casilla. The trail runner was Casilla. They could do it here to try to steal a run and get second and third with 1 out.
Diaz 0 for 3 tonight. Couple strikeouts. Last time up, hit it sharply but grounded out. And Fleck stretches. First pitch is a cutter for a called strike, outer half. Tyler Clark is on deck. Really the only one they could use to pinch hit is the 0-1. And a swing and a miss, fastball. The only one they potentially could use is Steven Figueroa, who they signed late this afternoon from the Empire League. Alonso's banged up, Castillo's banged up. Barnstormers, by the way, have a lefty throwing. There's the 0-2, and a foul back off the netting. If it gets to Mitchell, which means either Diaz or Clark has to reach, it's probably who that lefty is getting ready for. Revs down 6-4 here in the 8th inning. There's the stretch. Another 0-2. And a foul against the net again.
He's fighting in there. This will be a huge spot for Diaz to come up clutch in, send one up the middle maybe.
He's taking a lot of good swings tonight. A lot of 2-strike fouls battling up there. They play him the other way. The pitch, he swings, foul tips it into the mitt. Held on to by Castile on a fastball away, and Fleck located it perfectly. Maybe off the plate, but close enough it had to be swung on. Here's Tyler Clark with 2 down.
Still overmatched up there at the plate. Unfortunate because the Revs are putting a little bit of a rally together, but right now Clark's going to have to find a way.
This will be a great time for that finger to be all better. Here's the first pitch. Fastball, a little low. Tonight he's struck out twice. The other time walked and scored, which led off the 7th inning.
It's a great eye right there on the first pitch. He's going to have to be patient in the at-bat.
Here's the stretch. The 1-0. Fastball strike, outer half. Mitchell pretty far behind home plate there, getting a good look at Fleck, but if Clark reaches, it's probably the lefty that they've got loosening, whichever one it is. Might even be their closer, Reynolds. The pitch, swinging a liner foul toward the Revs bullpen chairs. Clark walks around behind home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As he adjusts the batting gloves. He's trying to scrap and get on for Mitchell at least, any way he can. Fleck ready. Delivers. Swinging a bouncing ball deep short. Frias cuts it off. Throw to third. Out is the call. Dotel trying to get in and slide and beat the throw there. He's called out and the inning is over. Polo is livid over at third with Carlos Dano, who punched him out. Mace screams at Silvio Martinez as he makes a long walk from the first base coach's box over to Dano. And the rally comes to an end. Dotel did all he could to get there and get Mitchell to the plate, potentially with the bases loaded. And Mace having an argument. He's gone clear across the field. Walking up to Dano, who he towers over. The game is going to the 9th inning. The question is, will the Revs manager still be a part of it? No runs in the inning on 2 hits, 2 men left. It's going to be Rincon coming in. Mace was in the ear of this entire crew for about 5 minutes before the doubleheader yesterday at home plate. And we may be at a boiling point. The game is going to the 9th. Lancaster leads it by a 6-4 score.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Getting pumped for another year of high school football? All this month, Sports Radio 1350 WOIK lays it all out for you in the High School Football Spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2018 York Adams League. Or go to WOIK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football preview. Then, this fall, every Friday night, it's the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Only here on Sports Radio 1350.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 9th, 6-4, Lancaster in front. Junior Rincon, the new pitcher for the Revs. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. His first pitch to Tyler Bortnick is up high for ball 1. Well, Mace is still in the game. Pretty long, one-sided discussion toward Carlos Dano. Then he got another piece of Silvio verbally on his way by. Here's a fastball for a strike. Then he took his coaching helmet, threw it against the back wall of the dugout. These umpires, he's like the last guy that they want to eject from a game because he just does not show them up the way other managers do. Here's a ground ball to short. Dent spears it to his left, lines up the throw, and makes it strongly across to first. 1 down here in the 9th. Ross Peoples on the other side in 2 years managing Lancaster. 2 years he's never been ejected, but there's other guys in the league that get thrown 5-6 times a year. But it's definitely been an absolutely frustrating series.
I just don't know when the breaks are going to come. It's just nothing has gone the Revs' way, and it's at the point where the umpiring crew has been so one-sided.
Here is Trayvon Robinson. First pitch, he swings, lines it hard the other way and left. Mesa back, and he's got it. Backpedaling hard in left field. Ball was smoked, but he's got it at the front of the warning track for out number 2.
Just any chance to take an advantage away or take a rally away, that's what's happened. Lancaster really hasn't done much to get out of these innings themselves. They've had some help, but right now Junior Rincon doing a good job of getting quick outs. The Revs bullpen's been awesome tonight. Just that big inning hurting the Revs once again.
First pitch to Blake Galen, a hammer for a called strike, 0-1. Revs against lefty closer Matt Reynolds in the 9th will have the top of the order, Mitchell, Casilla, and Mesa. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball in by Galen's back foot. He is 1 for 4 tonight. RBI ground out back in the 4th inning. Revs down 6-4. Mays still pacing in the dugout like a caged animal. 1-1. Swinging a foul tip off Clark's mid and behind the plate. You know what really upsets me about the play to end the 8th inning? You've got Clark, who's nowhere close to 100%, gutting it out, fighting to do something positive for his team. He put the ball in play, chance to beat it and load the bases, and it's just ripped away from them.
Yep.
Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, grounded foul, first base side. Yeah, it wasn't a normal ground ball. You've got Clark, who's back playing sooner than anybody expected due to need. In there scrapping, trying to put the bat on the ball, and he did. Nothing to show for it. Rincon the pitch. And another breaking ball buried in by Galen's back foot. Well, the Revs with 2 walk-off wins on the year. 3 walk-off wins on the year. This will be a great night for a 4th. Rincon ready. The 2-2. Swing, and he nubs a foul again as it rolls behind home plate. Just got enough of it. It was a Burgess home run against Somerset June 29th. The Witherspoon single against the Road Warriors July 26th. And a Mesa single against Southern Maryland on August 5th. Rincon, the 2-2 again. Swing and a foul again. This one back over the roof. Revs baseball brought to you by Wolf's Bus Lines, the official transportation provider of the team. Now Rincon ready again, fires, and a swing and a foul driven the other way and left. Rincon a little quicker to the plate there, slide stepped and tried to speed his tempo on Galen. Galen yet another foul though. Now Rincon again. Long hold this time, and time asked for at the plate. So he went really quick on the previous pitch. And on this one just stood there and held, trying to mix it up. Now to the plate, and a curveball slipped a little high. 3-2. Galen had fouled off every fastball. Rincon trying the curveball, but got under it.
Well, this 1-2-3 inning would be huge for the Revs. They don't need any more damage on the scoreboard. Already down 2, needing 2 to tie, 3 to win in the bottom of the 9th.
Here's another foul ball back. 3-2 fastball there. Pitch at bat. He has fouled off 5 with 2 strikes. Rincon stares. He's got his sign. The stretch, the 11th pitch of the at bat, and a swing and a foul tip to the net. He had the first 2 outs very quickly. Like Galen, who's really become one of the all-time great hitters in the league, at least in the last decade. He just will not go down. We'll do it again. Rincon staring. He's got his sign. He loads it up. Another 3-2. Breaking ball just inside. Rincon went running off the mound to the first base dugout. Approaching the first base line, he looked in to realize that it was called ball 4. And Galen is on as the inning continues.
It looked pretty good to me. At least close enough where you're going to get that call on 2 strikes. And Galen, a little bit on the plate anyway, crowding, so that doesn't mean the pitch has to be that much more over the plate. The strike zone doesn't change. It's just the fact that maybe it looks like a ball because Galen's close to the plate.
So on we go. Here's Ryan Castile, who's 0 for 3 with a walk. Revs down 6-4 in the 9th. And the pitch, fastball down and away. The tough thing about a walk like that, you spend so much energy on that one hitter trying to get him. Now you've got to make sure you don't let up and make a mistake. Rincon ready. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good late life on that fastball down in the zone.
Instant replay would take a lot of frustration away from this league. Now, again, it doesn't work there for balls and strikes. That doesn't apply. But, I mean, the play last inning with Dotel, some of the other things, it's, oh, my goodness. But, I mean, that would just set pace of play back even more. We would start games at 6:30 and get out at midnight. 5-inning games might have to become a thing. Those would go 3 hours.
Rincon ready. Galen's going to run. Pitch is a broken bat, grounder rolled to short. Den steps up, fires it across to first from his preferred sidearm angle, and it is a scoreless 9th inning for Rincon. Staring in toward Jorge Terran. Oh, no, I thought he was. He was actually waiting for Dotel to give him 5. I thought he wanted some words on ball 4 to Galen. But he gets the next hitter. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. And it's last chance time for the Revs. Bottom of the 9th, trailing 6-4.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I'm spending that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your ship together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Saubles Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
This is Hall of Fame third baseman Brooks Robinson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Last chance time for the Revs tonight. It is 6-4 Lancaster, bottom 9. Matt Reynolds, the new pitcher. Mitchell is up. First pitch is grounded up the middle. First pitch single. And the tying run will come to the plate. Mitchell greets the closer with a base hit into center field. His third consecutive hit in the game. He's 3 for 5.
Well, another 3-hit night for Jared Mitchell, another multi-hit game. It's fun to watch him when he really puts some good at-bats together. And when he's aggressive early in the count, it pays dividends. He's been staying up the middle with his approach. He yanked the homer to right last night going to the pool side, but for the most part, he's stayed true to himself and gone up the middle.
Now Alexi, who shows bunt, he takes a strike. Might be thinking about bunting his way on, or just was going to take a strike and drew the infield in a bit. He's 1 for 4. Infield hit early in the game. Now Reynolds the stretch, the pitch, and a swing and a foul straight back over the roof. Reynolds is 0-1, an ERA of 3 in 43 outings, 23 saves. That total is tied for second in the league with K-Rod behind Felipe Paulino of Sugar Land. He's got 27. The pitch. And a line drive toward the middle, base hit center field. Mitchell advances to second. Bortnick laid out for it, could not reach it. And the winning run will come to the plate. Melky Mesa with nobody out here in the 9th inning.
Just not let it get to 1 or 2 outs. Just get it done with no outs. Keep the rally going. No better guy to have up at the dish than Melky Mesa right now. And now that Casilla has a multi-hit game, he's the 5th Rev with 2 or more hits in the game.
As a team, it's a 13-hit night. Only 4 runs, but they could change that in a hurry. Here's Melky. Reynolds the pitch. It is just outside or high or both. 1 ball, no strikes. Mesa, who homered off Reynolds in a game in Lancaster back in July. Tonight, 2 for 4, triple and a double. And Reynolds will lift the leg, turn, and look Mitchell, the lead runner, back. Reynolds now, because of back-to-back singles, has to get through Mesa, Nash, Dotel, and he cannot make a mistake. The 1-0, swinging a high fly right field. Noel backs up and angling toward the corner. He slips, but he's got it. And Mitchell will tag from second, moves to third. Throw comes into second. Boy, Noel's feet almost gave out as he backed up trying to position for a throw. It is the first out. Mesa just missed it. And it's 1st and 3rd for Talvin Nash.
Well, boy, did he ever just miss it. Just a little bit under. And that was an adventure for Rico Noel out there. Who knows? Probably bases loaded right there because Mitchell had to wait at second. Bases loaded and no outs if he drops that. Even with 1 out, you can't really assume a double play here. Telvin going to try to get one lifted in the air against Reynolds. Lefty-righty matchup. Revs got something cooking.
Here we go. First pitch to Nash, high and away. The big man at the plate. He is 1 for 4 tonight. Revs down 6-4. Tying run is Casilla at first. Now the pitch. Yeah, and a swing and a miss. Reynolds took a little off. It was a changeup up and out toward the outer part of the plate.
It was a big hack right there. A little bit elevated, where not necessarily a hitter's pitch, but still a nice rip from Telvin.
Last home run was a week ago tonight. He's got 1 walk-off in his Revs career. The pitch, breaking ball in for a strike, 1-2. He backdoored it. Nash on May 3rd, 2016. In an 11-inning win against Bridgeport. We should mention he also has 1 in the playoffs. Game 1 against Southern Maryland last year. Here's the stretch. Move to first, and Alexi leaning a little, but able to dive back. He wasn't terribly far off.
Well, Robert Carson coaching first now. That usually means a rally.
Yeah. He's a great first base coach. Nash behind in the count. Reynolds has gotten ahead of him. Here's the stretch from the lefty closer. Another move to first. Casilla back standing. Revs down 6-4 in the 9th. At one point, it was 6-2 from the 4th into the 6th. Been playing catch-up tonight. Reynolds does have 5 blown saves. He's ready. The pitch, it's way outside, 2-2. Ahead in the count with some wiggle room. You do not want to make a mistake to Nash, and that was the result. A pitch 1.5 feet outside. Now ready with it. The 2-2, breaking ball grounded toward the middle, diving stop, Frias, glove hand flip, the turn in time, game over. A diving stop, 6-4-3 double play. And the Revs fall by a final score of 6-4. The Barnstormers escape. Potential rally after potential rally. Really, in the final 4 innings of this game, all of them. And the Revs fall 6-4 despite 13 hits tonight. Nash squatting down past first, pounding his helmet in frustration against the turf. And Frias, an amazing play to get there. It had potential RBI hit written all over it. And Frias, a great diving stop to his left from the ground, a glove hand flip, and Bortnick made the turn just in time. Nash does run well, and it just got him. Bang, bang, got him by half a step. And the Barnstormers win it 6-4. The Revs settle for a split. They really came into this series desiring a whole lot better than that. And they dropped the season series 10-8 as Lancaster will take the cup back to their place for the first time since 2016.
No, it's just brutal. It's brutal. That's a single up the middle. You would think Frias just made an unbelievable play. Mesa would have scored, even if it's a fielder's choice. Mesa comes in, it's a 1-run game. Then you got Nash at first with 2 outs, Dotel up. Maybe you pinch run for Nash with, maybe you can send Alonzo Harris out there to pinch run at first base, even with the hand issue. You can probably ask him to maybe not even steal a base, but just use his speed to potentially score from first on a game-tying hit with Dotel up. And it's just really frustrating for something like that to happen where, like I said earlier in the AB, you can't assume a double play there if you're the Barnstormers, but you still play for 2. And they did. Frias just got to that ball somehow. Nash smoked it. And it another one that comes up just short. And it's just kind of how the season has gone, really, in a nutshell. It just keeps happening.
Now the Revs hit into their 3rd double play of the night. And they have overcome a lot, quite frankly, this season just to be around the 500 mark. But a game like this is when you start to see some of those injuries, unfortunately, actually taking a real impact. They were shorthanded tonight. Some of those things you mentioned, maybe being able to use Zoe's speed, but pretty much unavailable tonight. And boy, that's a tough one. So close so many times in the final 4 innings of this game, but unable to find the equalizer as Lancaster wins it 6-4. So an unknown tab for 2018 on that Community Cup. And they will, I don't know if they'll be drinking out of it tonight. It's been some places. But it's a 6-4 final. And we will take a timeout. Post-game show is coming up next.
If you've been looking for the best of both worlds in your next vehicle purchase, your search ends at York Mitsubishi. I'm Sales Manager Doug Sprankle. Let me introduce you to the all-new Eclipse Cross, combining all-wheel drive with terrific fuel economy and sports car handling, all for as low as $22,400. We've got the family-friendly 7-passenger Outlander starting at $21,200 and the always popular Outlander Sport as low as $18,990. We'll make it even easier to buy with 0% financing for 72 months. and no payments for 90 days. But if it's just inexpensive transportation you want, you have to drive the go-kart on steroids at 40 mile per gallon plus Mitsubishi Mirage with automatic transmission and more for just $13,500. York Mitsubishi is still giving out top dollar for all trade-ins, giving you more stuff for less money and almost twice the warranty of the competition. York Mitsubishi, around the corner of Route 30 and Roosevelt Avenue, York, where Mitsubishi's always costs less. Check us out